Hello everyone and welcome to a very special live stream here on youtube.com/GamerGuildTV as we react and watch along with you, the wonderful audience, to Gamescom Opening Night Live with Geoff Keighley for some big game announcements, reveals and hopefully some exciting secrets for everyone. You're joining myself, Chris, alongside my techie/teacher/pixel man, Mr. Richie. Just go with it, Mr. Richie, welcome back. It's been a long day. It's been a work day, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, it's been a work day, and apparently I'm a teacher/pixel man.
I don't know, after Tom not being on the channel for like nearly 2+ years now, why my brain would suddenly go...
Have you not slept well?
No, not really. But we're here, and hopefully some games are going to wake me up, Richie. So we're here for Gamescom Opening Night Live. It's going to go live in about 4 minutes' time. On stage at Cologne, Germany for Gamescom. I can see wonderful folks in the chat already. Jin's here, Eric's here, Kumna, Devoy, and Don stopping by for some exciting, hopefully, reveals, Richie, where we did some predictions on this week's show, the GamerGuild Podcast, our weekly roundup of all the PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, PC, Retro, Cloud, and more. Right here on the channel. Any final kind of last minute tweaks you want to throw out there? We know there's we've heard some news that there's some Xbox stuff coming, but we don't know it yet. In our Discord server, there's been was it Xbox Brazil?
Yeah, Xbox Brazil has apparently leaked something big, but neither of us has had a look at it yet. So we're
saving ourselves.
Yeah, we're saving ourselves. Yeah,
saving ourselves for Geoff.
We both saw it come through our Discord as we were getting prepped for the shows. Like, there's no point in spoiling for ourselves at this point if it's going to be like literally an hour max.
Yeah. Well, literally hours. So, yeah. Well, not even hours out, yeah. But some things, hopefully. We know we're seeing some stuff. We know Sonic Superstars is expected to be here. Assassin's Creed Mirage, of course, just came forward. We'll probably see some more Alan Wake as well. I'm pretty sure that's confirmed. So Geoff has stressed that it's about updates on big games, but Geoff knows he can't do a show without anything, right? Are you looking at the solar flare coming through your window right now? Richie?
I'm trying to think of a way I can, like, resolve it.
I hate to break it to you, Richie, but I'm pretty sure a nuclear explosion has just gone off behind your house, and I don't live too far away, so RIP, folks. If our internet cuts out, we're all dead. That's why. That is the biggest bomb Geoff Keighley could drop at Gamescom, is that he murders everyone in the UK. I'm sure that's not Geoff's approach, though. Before we do get in the show, this gentleman has been here as part of the pre-show. 2 minutes to go. He's looking very tired with his handheld microphone, chilling on his couch in his own apartment, it looks like. Hopefully the actual showcase itself will be a bit more, I want to say expensive, Richie, maybe? Like a bit more production value got into it?
Yeah.
But 2 minutes to go.
It's clearly by design. He's gone for a very laid-back, minimalist approach.
He certainly says. His bin's in the shot. His dustbin is in the shot.
When he's been doing some interviews, he's got like a really nice setup and nice mic, so this is clearly
ready.
Yeah.
Edward's in the chat as well. Thanks for stopping by, Edward. And of course, everyone who is watching along at home, we'd appreciate it if you could like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and ring that bell so you're kept in the loop with all of our great content, like our watch alongs such as this, like our weekly live streams. Every Thursday or Friday we get together and play a game with you, the wonderful audience out there. And of course, our brand new weekly GamerGuild Podcast every Monday on YouTube and on podcast services. That goes live where we round up all of the news, including the breakdown from Gamescom and all the other reveals that we're going to have this week. It's already actually, Richie, quite a stacked week for news. It's only Tuesday, and I had a look at the doc like you did last night, and it was just like big story after big story. And today we've even got some more news from CMA, Activision, and Ubisoft. So, geez, crazy world.
Yeah. We've already got about 4 stories in the doc for next week that could just be headline stories in their own right.
Yeah, and we haven't even got into the reveals of Gamescom yet, which is crazy. A big part of me, again, I think we've talked about this before, but I'd love to get to Germany one year for Gamescom. Like, I've not really done any big conventions in my life, and I feel like, as a huge gamer, that's one that I would strive. Like, we're not getting to E3, let's face it. E3 doesn't exist anymore. We're not getting to like a US Comic-Con, San Diego, or anything like that. But Gamescom's feasible.
Yeah.
Germany is not too far away.
Yeah. I wish what they did with say Game Awards is they toured it. So every year it's in a different location.
Absolutely. Get everyone in the mix. Right, 15 seconds, folks. Let us know what the audio's like. I know sometimes we crank the audio up for you, which usually means I can't hear Richie as well, so apologies if I'm raising my voice. But 8 seconds, 7, 6. Let's get into Gamescom. Let's get some video audio. And he's going to chill down and join us. So here we go. Gamescom Opening Night Live with an 18+ disclaimer.
please welcome your host, the creator of the Game Awards, Geoff Keighley.
Is that the guy with a piano?
I think we might be out of sync here. Oh, no, he's just a few seconds ahead of me, it's fine. You've seen guy with pianos, like...
Oh, it was very small on the stage, yeah, not like an actual main guy.
And then it panned down to him, so yeah, you're just a few seconds ahead of me.
Hello, Germany, and hello, everyone watching live around the world. I am Geoff Keighley, and welcome to the world's biggest in-person video game event, Gamescom 2023. Woo! Now, this right here is kind of like the opening ceremonies for Gamescom. It's a preview of this year's most anticipated games. We call it
I think it's probably like an electric
Live.
piano that's made to look like a grand,
hours,
but obviously not to the same size.
New looks at titles like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, Alan Wake 2, Assassin's Creed Mirage, and Mortal Kombat 1. But
everyone's
first,
like, that's...
we're going to kick things off
yeah,
with the
it should
first new
be.
franchise in more than 2 decades from a legendary game studio. And to help
You
us
know what
step
Bob's done to
into
me?
the vast world
I've
of
sat playing Skyrim.
Starfield, please join me in welcoming the composer of the game,
I needed
for
I was
a
getting my
very
ass kicked in
special
Final Fantasy VII,
performance.
and one
Maestro.
I've got literally 3 trophies to do. 2 of them are mini games, and one of them is one boss. I just kept getting my ass kicked. It's like a boss rush to get to it as well. And then I just needed to change things up for just an evening, and then I'll jump into Skyrim.
You fool. Ooh, Starfield Symphony Orchestra. Here you go. It's almost got like a Final Fantasy tinge to it.
The festival always had great music.
Oh. So I watched, was it last night or the night before with my wife? We watched Interstellar. And like as soon as she was like, do you want to watch that? I've not seen it before. I was like, well, it's going to mess with your mind a little bit. But at the same time, I was like, oh, it's so like in line with sci-fi Starfield at the moment. I was like, yeah, let's watch Interstellar. And then like as soon as they get to the space moments of the movie, I'm like, I'm hyped now to go and play a video game to do with space. A couple of people joined us in the chat, probably just finished work. Hungry Moogle's there, Evening All, our mobile maestro, and Hjorvar's there as well. Some of our guild heroes in the chat tonight. It's lovely to see you all. No, you've not missed anything, Hjorvar. You've literally joined us at the very opening of the show, where this awesome gentleman is playing a rendition from the upcoming Starfield game, which is probably going to get us a copyright strike nice and early in the show, but that's not why we do this, Richie. We do this to watch along with the reveals.
Well, it might be alright, because game music
that's true.
Specifically for games, it's usually okay. It's when it's licensed music that
is true. That is true. So no, Hjorvar, you've not missed anything yet. Arfield, depending on what the camera looks like, the game's going to be titled different things.
Yeah. I mean, I just with Geoff Keighley, because he is so for people co-streaming, just tell publishers you're not allowed to use licensed music in your trailer if you want it on my stage.
In space. And now we get an actual trailer for Starfield. Here we go.
It's weird seeing a CGI trailer though after we've seen so much actually in-play footage of like the developer direct a few months ago.
Now you say about licensed music, is this Elton John, Rocket Man? Gonna be a long time. Yeah. I mean, it's great song choice for the type of video, hype video you want. Garfield and Space Shin, exactly. Going off for those lasagna meteorites out there. I wonder when Elton John wrote Rocket Man, he knew how many times his song would be used in any kind of sci-fi material. Yeah, good question, Hungry Moogle. We might see some Assassin's Creed Jade. I think Mirage is expected, but it seems like an easy Ubisoft tie-in to be like, and don't forget, mobile gamers. And we know Geoff likes to pad out his show with mobile sponsorship, so... Although this isn't entirely Geoff, this one, is it? It's a lot of it is from the Gamescom company.
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of the face of Gamescom. immediately someone breaks on the stage.
I do appreciate Starfield's kind of logo and simplified design. I saw loads of people giving the menu shit. Oh, not loads of people. There was like 1 or 2 journalists giving the menu like shit online, saying it like was very basic and it shows minimum effort. And it's like, it's a simplistic style choice. That's the point.
What do you want? It's a bloody menu.
Yeah.
Starfield is
I thought it looked nice. It's just nice and clean.
And, you know, thank you so much
No
for that
stupid
spectacular
animations or ridiculous tiles. Just nice, simple few options. So you know where you're at. It's all I need.
It's true. In just over a week, fans will start to play Starfield in early
What I
access
don't
on
like is, you
Xbox
know,
and
like when
PC.
FIFA just
Well,
they
I've
change
been
up the
lucky
tile
enough to
system every
start
single year,
playing
just
it. Don't be
move
jealous.
everything around,
I'm
and
not
it's a
allowed
mess
to
and
say
difficult to
anything
find.
about it. Yes,
Oh.
exactly. All right. Well, guys,
All right, here we go.
thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys. Really disappointed. They're disappointed. It's just so disappointing. This is such a special night for so many developers, and it's really disappointing to see someone act that way. But we're going to move right on with the show. We've got a lot of great games to show.
Yeah, they didn't even mention Bill Clinton this time. What the hell?
It's just so sad to me to see something like that happen. A night where
Come
we're
on,
gonna
Jeff.
celebrate games
Crack
and
on with it.
community and
You've
how
got
much they
this.
mean to us. So, without further
Actually,
ado,
I don't know what's going on here, because I thought you were ahead of me, but I've got Todd Howard on stage.
Oh, you're well ahead then.
Who can be here to
Tell me when
talk
Todd
about
Howard's on
Starfield.
stage.
Please join me in welcoming to Opening Night Live in Gamescom for the
You
first
saw the
time
piano
ever.
guy
One of
before
our
me.
industry's
Yeah, I saw him like in the
greatest
distance though. I went like
creators,
front and
the
center.
director and executive
He's
producer of
introducing
Bethesda
Todd
Game
now.
Studios. That's right, Todd
Howard
everybody.
gestures to the motions to the exit. Dramatic music plays. Todd walks on stage. Todd waves at people with his little Starfield badge. I'll tell you when Todd speaks. And
Todd, thank you so much for coming all this way to Gamescom. We have a lot to talk about with Starfield, but first of all, is this true? This is your first ever time at Gamescom?
This
Speaks.
is my first Gamescom.
This
and
is
you were
my
right.
first
You said how
Gamescom.
great the crowd
His name's
is
just
here,
popped up.
And
Yeah, so I was getting just
And
confused.
just
Like you
all
were
the
seeing reacting to
fans
something that I
that
wasn't
come
seeing. It's
here
like,
for
how
this
far out are
the
we?
biggest convention in gaming to celebrate
Starfield
games.
distance.
And I figured, you know, it is our first new franchise in over 25 years. So if I was going to come, you know, it's for Starfield.
Well, we all welcome you to Gamescom in Germany, and we're all very excited to step into this new world, Starfield, and the next week, early access. Set up for people, why did you want to make this game, Starfield? Why did you want to create a new world?
You know, I think like a lot of gamers out there, we have dreamt of a game where we look to the skies and we can blast off into space and explore. We love to make games where we can explore these worlds. We've done like with the Elder Scrolls and the Fallout series, but we wanted to do something brand new where you could explore with complete freedom in the galaxy. It's a game we've always wanted to play that we think a lot of people wanted to play as well. It's kind of that dream game.
Yeah, I wish I could talk about it, but it's quite an experience, and I know everyone here is very excited to jump in soon. You did bring some stuff to Gamescom to show to fans. I know there's a theater. Tell us, I know you've been,
You're gonna show
sharing a little
us.
bit about the game, but I know there's a lot you want people to discover when they play it. What did you bring here to Gamescom?
Yeah, it's really cool. We've built a 300-person seat theater where we're actually showing the beginning of the game. And you start out as a miner, and you touch this artifact.
Child or
that
a
affects you in some
minor?
way. You see a bit
Minor,
into
I think, yeah.
space-time, and then you get to create your own character. Our
It's a
games are
minor.
about creating and
minor.
being whoever you want, and then
It's
you're
interesting
off
with
on an adventure.
Starfield, obviously review codes
Yes,
and stuff have gone
let's
out
talk
now,
a little
but
bit
prior to
about,
that,
this adventure
very
that I
few
know,
people had any hands-on time with
kind of what
Starfield. I think
the
Ryan
main question
McCaffrey at
was,
IGN was one of the only people who's been actually, I think he got an hour about a month ago, but other than now reviews are obviously more people are getting first impressions, but they've kept it very close to the chest.
I'm not sure that's real.
Well, the thing is, I think
might just
you
wanna
can
avoid
really
leaks
create,
and
whatever
stuff,
you
just-
want, and then
Oh, yeah, no.
roll yourself into
Yeah.
this adventure. And
I mean,
tell us
early
about sort of how
access
the
next
adventure started.
Friday. Hyovan in the chat
fair,
says he's
Jump
hyped,
off.
he's
They don't
going all
really
in.
Constellation,
They don't
which
really
are
need
the
help
last kind of
developing
group
hype
of
for
space
Starfield. They just need
explorers,
to
like NASA
go,
meets
"Yeah, it's coming out,
Indiana
guys."
Jones searching for these artifacts, but the story goes a lot of places. The game has a lot of surprises that we haven't talked about. I don't want to spoil them here, but really, really happy
you
with
think
how the
Jeff's
story
completed
turned
the
out
game?
and where it goes.
I don't think
Yeah,
anyone's
it's,
had the
it's
time
such
to
an
complete
epic
the game yet.
experience, and you and your team have done so much for
I'm
this
guessing
industry.
Jeff's probably got
and,
early
the fact
access
that
than
you guys
most
have
people.
worked
Oh,
through
probably.
COVID, building this and,
Like-
and coming on the other end. We're so excited. for everyone to get a chance to play it. So thank you for all you've done for our industry, Todd. Everyone, Todd Howard.
Thank you. Can't wait for you to play the game.
Thanks so much, Todd. Really appreciate it.
We are go for launch next week.
All right. Well, tonight is largely focused on announced games, but we do have a few surprises along the way.
Damn right, you
And
better.
Next, it's time for the global reveal of the third installment in a franchise that is very familiar to Gamescom fans. Here we go.
Bandai Namco.
You still ahead of me. Bandai Namco.
Tell me what's this Supermassive.
Supermassive Games. So, Supermassive are the ones who did Detroit Become Human, right? Massive are the ones who do Division and the upcoming Star Wars game. Supermassive are the ones I think who did Before Until Dawn and I think Until Dawn I think is the one. Although this
Devil
looks
and Me, The Quarry.
Yeah,
House of Ashes,
yeah. Until Dawn.
Etc. Etc.
This looks like it's Little Nightmares. It's Little Nightmares 3.
Oh, of course, yeah.
I'm looking at it thinking it looks like Little Nightmares, and then forgot at the beginning they said it's the third installment in the series. I love Little Nightmares. Here we go. There it is. Awesome. Because the Switch developers, didn't they? It wasn't Until Dawn. It was I can't remember the
That's right,
the name of the
Little
studio's there.
Nightmares 3. And joining me now are Corley and Lucas from Bandai Namco to tell
That's
us
awesome.
more. Lucas, thank you so much. It's great to have you
Do you
back
like a bit
here
of
at
Little
Gamescom
Nightmares?
to announce another Little Nightmares.
2024.
Thank you, Jeff. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really great to be back. We're very excited to announce Little Nightmares 3 tonight. The franchise has a long history with the show. I mean, that's
'Cause
where
I
we
think,
announced the first two games, so for us, it was definitely the best place.
Tarsier Studios made the second one. The name's finally clicked for me. Tarsier Studios, I think. And then it was Bandai Namco. I don't think owned the. They published it, but they didn't own the IP. I think it exchanged hands at some point. But great games, little side-scroller horror games.
Hi, Jeff.
Love
Hi,
it.
everyone. I'm
No
happy
little
to be here
anorak.
to
We've
live
played through both of them on the
present
channel to the full
Supermassive
extent
3.
as well.
We have.
So I wore a raincoat in one of them
You did.
in the middle of
So,
summer.
as you have seen, we have 2 characters, but now you have 2 players as well, so you will be able to play both in single player or
Ooh.
online co-op. If you
Online
want,
co-op,
and
Richie.
play
We can play through one together finally. Yeah.
Bring it to Game Pass or
Now, I
PlayStation
saw a
Plus.
lot of
Let's
cool
do
new
it.
places in the trailer. Can you tell us a bit about sort of the setting for these 2 characters?
Yeah, so our 2 new characters are Low and Alone. They are trapped in a place that we call the
Did you say the
Spiral,
same words
a
twice?
cluster of disturbing places, and they will have to work
I don't know,
together
I didn't catch
to
them.
survive in a world full of
Lure
dangerous
and
threats
Alone.
and full of delusions. And they will also have to find a way out of the nowhere.
Yes,
So,
Edward,
yeah,
you do
I
need to
can't
play
wait
Little Nightmares
to
too.
have you
You'll
put
be
your
able to
hands on
finish
the
it in
game in
about.
2024.
I think I did it in like 6
Excellent. You
hours,
don't have to wait too
give or
long.
take.
2024.
A solid
Lucas,
evening.
I know that's
Hmm.
not
You can do
all
it in.
because you're kind of expanding the Little Nightmares world with something more. Tell us a bit about that
All
tonight.
Ooh.
Yes, we have one more surprise. So in addition to revealing Little Nightmares 3,
Next
I'm
gen.
very excited to
Little
announce
Nightmares
our
4.
first podcast series.
Podcast
It's called
series.
The Sounds of Nightmares, and it's an original story. It's composed of
They
6
stole our
episodes,
naming convention.
And we're releasing the first 2 episodes tonight. So you can go on our
Yeah, they actually
website,
rang us last week and asked if they could use the sounds
and we
of
hope that
a
our fans are
branding.
gonna enjoy it.
Awesome. All right. Well, we're very excited to learn more. Thank you, Lucas and Corley.
Thank you, Jeff.
Little Nightmares.
Little Nightmares
3.
would make a quite little good like short run anime series, I feel.
Next, it is rare.
Like just
when
5
you see
episodes or
footage
something?
That takes over the internet. That happened back in 2020.
Yeah, you
with
could
the
do that.
reveal
You could
of
probably
Black
expand it.
Myth Wukong from Game Science
Oh, here we
in
go.
China.
Got a lot of hype behind it, this
Based on the
title.
classic 16th century Chinese novel Journey to the West, here is a brand new look at the gameplay of this incredible action RPG.
Remember when the first trailer for this came out, blew everybody away, and then the game developer came out and apologized for it looking a little bit rough on the edges, and everyone was like, "Are you kidding me? It looks beautifully stunning and gorgeous. The gameplay looks epic. That guy has no head.
Yep.
How is he singing?
Quite difficult.
Can you sing without a
Magic.
head? Like your throat's
Yeah,
still
yeah.
there. You still got your throat.
You need lips. You need your
I
lips.
guess,
your
yeah,
tongue.
yeah. Pretty grim.
Definitely a choice. Open the trailer on that.
I think with this game, a lot of what comes with it is just intrigue, because the studios, again, in China, nobody knows anything of them. You don't know what their budgets are like, their production line. But it does look great. He's gonna fight his crazy blood tiger right now.
I'm hoping we get to see some actual in-game proper footage.
We did last time, so...
Did we?
Yeah, they showed like a full boss fight.
Yeah.
Kind of similar to that bit, that little clip there. Yeah. I just hope it's not Dark Soulsy. Just give me action adventure. I don't need bone-crunching difficulty.
If you want to do it, have an option for it. But make it an option.
There we go, here's some boss fight gameplay. See, I feel like I could dodge that. Yeah. I could definitely dodge that.
It does feel Soulsborne-y, like.
That is my concern.
But if it's like Ghost of Tsushima style Soulsborne-y, where it's not crushing, unless you go to the really high difficulties, I'd be okay with that.
Probably need to work on the title card at the end. I could not see the name of the game through the Chinese print. Like white on white, not a great choice.
A little bit of shadow behind. Just a little pop.
Yeah, I'm with you, Cube Apple. I don't have the dexterity, the reflexes, or the patience for all these amazing games that come out with like a Soulsborne vibe. Like I want to play them. Like I feel like I would have fully played through Elden Ring if I wasn't like throwing my controller.
I get it. I get the why people get hooked by them, because when I played a bit of Elden Ring, I actually took down a boss. It is so rewarding. But then I just remember how much frustration went into just that one moment. It's like I'd rather just enjoy the full experience rather than just the successful moments.
Yeah, I think a lot of our audience are of a similar age and understanding of video games. But I don't know what this guy is. I'm like, is it Doom? Is it Resistance? Now he's getting his Vader costume put on.
I don't know.
Is it Quake, Richie? Tell me about it. What are we looking at here?
Oh, it's more than just a guy with a bloke with a gun. So, bloke with a machine gun. So it's probably not Quake.
An army of like little orc things.
It's going to be Destiny 2.
Ah.
It's always Destiny 2 and we don't know what it is.
Oh, it's first person then.
This looks... It doesn't look like Doom, but it looks like in the same ballpark.
Oh, Killing Floor. Oh, my brother will be hyped for that. I literally yesterday saw my brother and he was saying, we were looking through the PlayStation Plus premium tier list to see what it is. And Killing Floor 2 was on. I was like, oh, I wonder if there's another one coming. So that's hype as shit for him. Yeah, it's just basically first-person Carnage. This is Total War.
This would be Total War, yeah. Rob will be happy right now. That's some yellow catapults.
Oh, is it Age of Empires? Oh, it's the mythology. It's the Age of Mythology one.
Oh, it's a mythology.
Yeah, it was.
I like the Xbox logo around the troops.
Yeah, that was cool. Control your empire. Oh no, it doesn't. I mean, it doesn't look.
This does not look like mythology.
No, it doesn't. I'm seeing no like Greek.
Could this just be like an expansion to AoE 4?
Oh well, they did say, didn't they say the maps or something from 3 were going into 2 or 2 were going into 1? That was announced earlier, like a few months back, right? Because we covered it on X-Pass about you can play Age of Empires 2 in 1 or something.
This be just the console version?
Or just Age of Empires 4? Yeah, your van in the chat says 4 for console.
We're overthinking it. It's like AoE 4 on console, isn't it?
God, Age of Empires is so good, man. So much of my life into the early hours in the morning was spent just gathering as many resources as you can.
You know what? I feel a bit sorry for Age of Empires 4 because I technically have access to it, and Age of Empires 3. But I have Age of Empires 2 installed.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What a great surprise.
I personally wouldn't play it on console, but if you only have a console, go for it.
Oh, and xCloud. Could be a live stream.
That's right.
Be a live stream.
I can play on PC though.
Yeah, me too. Oh, that's what Xbox Brazil leaked, is what Cube Apple's saying. Shadow drop.
In the house. The director behind the legendary films such as 300, Man of Steel and Army of the Dead. He's come
Zack Snyder?
all the way to Gamescom to talk about his new film, Rebel Moon, which is on Netflix December 22nd. Gamescom, please give a warm welcome to the one and only Zack Snyder.
And if he's going to show a trailer, that is 100% going to get us claimed, right?
Nothing against him or his movies. I just don't want this here.
It pays for it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Too much.
Rebel Moon.
Oh,
You
yeah.
Rebel Moon.
Zach, I know you had to come a bit of a ways to get here to Germany. Thanks for coming to Gamescom.
Thanks for having me out, Jeff, and thanks Gamescom. How you guys doing? This is awesome. Wow, what a great crowd. It's insane.
Does he have anything to? Does he have anything to say about Rebel Moon?
Yeah, I've been a gamer, and I love the idea of coming to Gamescom. Was like that blew my mind, and so we were like, yeah, let's go check them out. And I thought I'd come over here, and this would be a great opportunity to talk about my new project, Rebel Moon. Maybe show you guys something. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
You don't know. Nah, don't bother. Don't bother.
Up in just a second.
Yeah, just moments away.
Okay.
Tell us what your favorite game is. Just relate to us somehow, Zach.
IP Rebel Moon, and it's
Come on,
really a
Jeff,
whole
you need-
universe
get
that
him
you've created,
going.
and we're going to get into that in a minute. But what was the original inspiration for creating this new world?
I was always a fan of, team building movies, Dirty Dozen, Magnificent Seven. And
That
also, I
Eric.
was a huge fan of this adult illustrated fantasy magazine called Heavy Metal. Everything in there just blew my mind. And I really loved like how intense it was and how crazy it was and the worlds that it introduced me to. And so I thought, this is a chance. And my awesome partners at Netflix were like, go do it. And so I got a chance to make this movie.
And you've got quite the cast, and I know Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah, Hopkins plays this robot, amazing robot.
Hopkins
and it's
plays
an
a
insane
robot.
ensemble. And of course, Sophia Boutella is really the heart of the movie, and you'll see her just kicking ass through the entire film. So it's fun.
And what I love about, you'll see it in just seconds, but there's even more than just the films. And part of the reason we wanted to have you here at Gamescom is I know you're kind of expanding on the films with a whole universe.
This is more
of
awkward
things that are gonna
than
be,
the
narratively
people coming
linked
on
to what
stage
the movies. Tell us a
at
bit
the
about what
beginning.
you are.
Yeah, we're also super excited to reveal that we're making a video game
Oh.
for Rebel Moon, and the game we're developing with
Mobile
Super
game.
Evil
It's going to be a
Megacorp,
mobile game.
and it'll expand the Rebel Moon universe.
Oh, it'll be Netflix like
It takes
tie-in.
place like
Yeah.
Not
right
cloud
after the
gaming
event.
framework.
Super
of
Evil
the two
Megacorp.
movies.
What titles have they made in the
And
past?
it really is I've been talking with
do some
those guys
research.
and really interacting with
Super,
them.
can't
The
spell,
ideas they
Super
have and
Evil
the way the game's gonna
Megacorp.
expand the universe
Is it
just unbelievable, and I'm
corporation?
super
Is it a
excited
Super
about
Evil
To be
corporation?
able to pick your rebel
hope so.
and
If
then
not, it's
go
false
on
advertising,
missions,
and they
and
should be
it's
shut
like
down.
It literally says we are super
more
evil
than two
on the main
players in a
screen,
co-op,
which
yeah,
is
and
quite
it's really-
funny.
But we're, look, and we're
Games.
just starting
Teenage
to talk
Mutant
about a bunch
Ninja
of other
Turtles,
crazy
yeah.
ideas inside the game. So
Catalyst
it's really fun.
Black,
That's coming.
whatever that is.
So keep your eye out for more.
Vain Glory,
Love
whatever
it.
that
the
is.
films, the game, and more.
Powered
But
by
let's
evil.
roll it back
All of
to
our games
the
are powered
movie
by the
because we
evil
are going to
engine.
get
I
a
do
first look
appreciate
now
a
at,
comedy.
this incredible film,
Super
part
Evil
1 and part
Megacorp.
2, right?
Yep. So this little trailer we put together, a little tease of the universe.
About?
So I hope you guys enjoy
Being
it.
super
I can't wait for you
evil.
to check it out right now.
Let's check it out. The world premiere of the trailer for Rebel Moon.
It
Zack Snyder,
does look a
everybody.
little bit
Thanks, guys.
mobile. Right. Let's see what this trailer is for. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to say what the trailer is, just for the sake of our... I'm not getting a copyright strike because Zack Snyder wants to come on stage and tell us about why he's apparently super evil.
I'll watch it.
You watch the trailer. I'm going to tell our wonderful audience, specifically, Richie, about GamerGuild Podcast. Every week, folks, here on the channel, we, of course, do the GamerGuild Podcast, which is our brand new weekly show where we round up all of the video game news for your listening or viewing pleasure right here on youtube.com/GamerGuildTV. And also it's up there available in the digital clouds on a podcast preference of your choice. And I do want to just say a massive thank you to everybody who tuned in for our inaugural episode. Over 300 views so far, over 100 listens on podcast services, and over 50 views of our wonderful members, the fantastic people out there in the community who support this very channel a little bit extra, just like you can, from as little as 99 pence. events. You can click join below, become a member, get exclusive perks and access to early content on the channel and stickers and badges next to your name, just like many of the wonderful people in the chat. Some people are coming up on like supporting us for I think like 30 plus months now, which is crazy. And that's allowed us to do things like bring you the GamerGuild podcast with a brand new shiny intro, an epic new theme tune. Myself, Rob and Richie get together and basically round everything up. And first episode's super fun, Richie. We went into it for about an hour and 20 minutes, so we went over the normal 1 hour run mark because we've got more time back now. And there's a couple of things in the pipeline I'm looking at. I've managed to get my PlayStation 3 to capture Elgato stuff, a couple of audio issues, I had to get a splitter, etc, etc, because there's some older games that I want to go back to do like a retro vibe. How's that trailer looking, Richie? Is it finished? Is it over?
It's still going.
We're back to Geoff. It looks okay. What's it about?
I'm not the movie guy though. It's like it looks quite generic sci-fi.
Generic sci-fi on Rebel Moon.
It's hard to tell. You know, it's just like it's clearly a sci-fi movie. It just keeps cutting from thing to place. Like it's showing a lot without actually showing of anything of substance.
Yeah, generic cuts and pans and stuff. Let me know when it's over, and we'll cut back.
It looks a bit more like a more grounded sci-fi story than like a Star Wars, where Star Wars is more of like a fantasy sci-fi.
Yeah, that's fair. Rebel Moon, probably Netflix budget. In the chat, we've got Al Davis Music stopping by. Hello, hope you're good. And yeah, Cube Apple says, loving the slightly longer podcast. Yeah, it just allows us to flow. We don't feel that pressure to kind of wrap up within the hour mark. So I think a couple of people commented just like how the back and forth was a bit more natural, I guess.
We can also, because we've opened up all platforms, we can focus on like more interesting stories as well.
Yeah, we don't have to completely ignore like some groundbreaking Mario news because it's specifically Nintendo. So that's good as well. This trailer's still going?
Yeah.
Wow. Jack Snyder getting his money's worth from he got a flight over to Germany. He got to stand on stage and talk about not much for 5 minutes. Then he gets to show a 5-minute trailer. Well,
right, we're at the title card for it.
Okay, let's cut back then. See where we're at with Rebel Moon.
My prediction is that's going to be a solid 7 or 8 out of 10 movie. Absolutely fine, but not
Part 2. But that's a big commitment from Netflix.
Yeah.
Only on Netflix. Da-doom.
This film not yet rated. Rated M.
That looks insane. I cannot wait to play that game. All right, well, now we're going to move on to something that is very long awaited because sometimes good things
yeah, slip of the tongue there.
I mean, if that was a game, I mean,
number of years since we last
amazing.
Heard an update on
if
Crimson Desert, the new open-world action adventure from Pearl Abyss in South Korea. Well, that changes tonight because the team has prepared a very special gameplay update trailer to share with the world first.
Crimson Desert.
Enjoy.
It's a great shout, Koom. Now, hopefully, new format allows coverage of the Neo Geo. It's again, we said like anything is open to it. Hungry Moogle in our Discord pointed out like we could discuss mobile if there's like relevant mobile content. It's again just whatever's in the news cycle. If it's got some hype behind it, usually I pick it up as the week goes on. Like we put it in the notes, but yeah, we're open to anything.
Discuss about the Neo Geo. It exists.
New games get added to it, I guess.
Yeah.
But again, that's the thing with a new show is we get to make it flexible, don't we? We get to adapt, evolve it with what you want the audience. So if you liked us doing this in video game history, this week in video game history at the end of the show, that's great. Podcast questions, we'd love you guys to write in if you've got specific questions or things about a specific game or ourselves that we wouldn't otherwise cover because we run out of time. Let us know. Richie, that guy's stealing a lamb. What's the deal with this game then? Crimson Desert looks like a big MMO RPG to me.
I'm not sure if it looks MMO. It might not be MMO.
Looks pretty.
It could just be open world action RPG. It could be an MMO.
It actually is giving me what's the one where Tom wore elf ears and a wig?
Elder Scrolls Online.
Was it?
Yeah.
Gives me them vibes. He just saved a cat. Lots of animal-related side quests. There's a Lannister balloon. And now we've got a Minecraft portal. Now everything's just changed drastically. What is this?
It's Control meets Assassin's Creed.
Oh, we got some traversal. That's usually not what you get. Interesting. Oh, you got to control that horse. Ride him, cowboy. Q Apple says, yeah, it was at the Game Awards for years back. Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Definitely in here. Yeah.
You know what? The more I'm seeing of it, the more it's got. Oh, that's cool. There's nothing worse on a video game when you can't get over those damn spiky bollards, and now he's he's a Death Eater, and now he's climbing an ent. Okay, it's the trailer's getting me. The trailer's getting me. He's got Boromir's shield.
I'm liking this. As long as it's not an MMO, I'm interested.
I like how the color palette's not
dulled. I don't
dulled.
think this is an MMO though.
No. He's fighting some kind of Goblin King. Dragon and some kind of mech.
It's just a weird mashup of stuff.
Yeah. What's he fighting in the...
Red Devil.
Reed Devil.
Reed Devil.
The Devil of the Reeds. Now he's in Pandora, an Avatar world. Oh, right, okay.
Zelda vibes right there.
10 to a Death Eater. 10 to a Death Eater. I mean, if you need a trail that's going to update people on the hype,
hey, what's up,
that worked.
It's Ice-T. I've hooked up with my favorite game in the world, Payday, and I have my
that's
special
not
heist mission.
A cup of iced tea. That's a dude.
No, I know a lot about heists in real life.
You told me iced tea. I don't think I could tell you what he looked like. Like, I recognize the name. I might be thinking of Ice Cube.
Okay,
that's another dude, right?
Vanilla Ice.
So many ice baby. Q Apple says Amazon published. Oh, it could be. Yeah, it could be their other one that they're publishing from South Korea. What are we watching a trailer for now?
Payday.
Payday 3.
Do what you need to do to get ready. I'll see you on the other
side. Sell me on Payday, because all we saw when we looked at Payday at the Game Awards, right, or was it the PlayStation Showcase, was it felt like Rainbow Six Siege, but with like a Saints Row tinge to it.
Yeah, a bit more comedic, a bit more slapstick, and not the hyper serious game that Siege is.
Any Payday 3 fans out there? Oh, that's a good point, Q Apple. Payday's Game Pass, yeah. Xbox Showcase. Wait, again, it looks like a perfectly competent Siege, so...
Yeah. It looks somewhat like Siege if you want a bit more mayhem and a bit less, like... Siege got quite a heavy feeling to it. It's very precise in the way it plays.
Here we go. Mirage. About 25 hours for the campaign. We've had it confirmed since. Been brought forward a week, so you're getting it early.
Interesting Ubisoft news for this week.
Yeah, very much, yeah. I actually sold my shares in Ubisoft this morning. After the news. I bought shares when they were in the absolute slumps after all the bad announcements earlier the other summer, and I've kept them. And then I was like, when do I sell them? Do I sell them where, like, what do we know is coming on the horizon? And then this morning's news of Call of Duty coming to Ubisoft Plus is pretty damn big, so their shares skyrocketed. So I was like, you know what, I'm out, cash it in, do it.
Yeah. Because you can guarantee it's going to fall in the next
well, Skull and Bones and whatever they announced tonight, so I was like, I'll get in there. Made a pretty penny, Richie. I'm not that good with shares, but I was quite happy with my return.
Yeah, and the EU are potentially looking back into the deal.
Yeah, so, just get it while it's hot. Get it while it's hot.
You got a window, get it out.
It's crazy how much stuff is like shuffling around the month of August to like get out the way of other things, and yeah, like I'd say Mirage is one of the bigger titles, but it's not a full title as Ubisoft is selling it. So it's like, are they getting out the way, or say Spider-Man and Starfield, or
I don't know. I think if it's just good to go, Mirage. I think Assassin's Creed as an IP is strong enough that it doesn't really matter when it comes out.
Yeah,
just
I agree. Yeah.
And even if people don't pick up day one, I think people will go back and play Mirage. It's not one of them IPs where, because it's not new IP, if they don't get the launch right, people forget about it. People will remember Mirage and go, I need to go play that. Oh, I've got time, I'll go play it now.
October 5th. It's crazy that October isn't that far away.
There you have it, Assassin's Creed Mirage, which marks a
terrifying.
return to the Middle East for the series, offering an immersive
Now,
and authentic
for anyone who's
experience
finished
featuring
Valhalla,
full
Basim's
Arabic
character,
voice
very,
acting
very
on the
important to the
trailer.
story going forward, like
9th century
massively
Baghdad when the game
important.
launches on October
And
5th.
it's interesting how they're
8
making
months
this
in October for
story
game releases.
because of
Now
that, and
I'd
I'm
like
wondering
to
if he's
introduce
going to
our
be
co-host
the
tonight
main
for
kind of
ONL.
through
Please
thread
welcome
going
Jasmine.
forward.
Hello, Jasmine.
We'll see.
Essentially him and Cassandra are
Thank
kind
you,
of
Yeah,
Jeff.
yeah.
Thanks for
linking
having
threads.
me. And hello, everyone. I'm so excited to be with all the fans here at Gamescom this year. And I have the honor to be your guide for tonight for all
Surname looks like a business name,
happening
like
right
GNU,
here
like
at
the company.
Gamescom.
You remember GNU? They make those great toothpaste caps.
And if you
Best
can't join
toothpaste
us in
caps in the
Cologne
business.
this year, don't worry. You never have to miss any of the events this week. Just go to Gamescom now to discover what the world's gaming industry has in store for you. And if you're ready to vote for your favorite games, then visit now.gamescom.global and cast your vote for this year's Gamescom Awards. The awards will be celebrated this Friday at 3 p.m. If you want to join the adventure and win pretty cool prizes in this
I
year's
want to win pretty
Gamescom
cool
Epics,
prizes, Richie. Do you?
then go to the Epic
Yeah.
section of Gamescom now to play the text
I've got some update.
adventure
Cube Apple in the
of
chat
show.
says Crimson Desert was originally an
You can
MMO, but they
also
changed it to a
enjoy
single-player
all-day
RPG.
coverage and
Good,
tune
smart move.
into Gamescom Studios broadcast by
Also, a smart
IGN
move not releasing
on
it in
Twitch or
October.
YouTube.
With
Just
an
join the
MMO, you
conversation
kind
by
of have
using
to
the
get
hashtag
enough
Gamescom
player base to sustain
2023
itself in a long period of
online.
time.
Plus,
With just a
there
single
will
player
be
game, you just
more
need to get
announcements
enough
from
to
the
make it
largest
profitable in the
indie
release window.
area in
Yeah.
the world in the Gamescom
It's such a
Arcade
saturated
Industry
market as
Show.
well.
Tomorrow at 8 p.m.
There's not actually
And later
that many
this week,
highly
tune
successful
in
ones,
to the
but you have to be
yeah.
better than what's out
podcast
there
and check
to
out the
convince people to
Gamescom
move over.
Cosplay
Well, just
Awards
look at
live from
New
Cologne,
World, the Amazon game one. It had a
Germany on
massive
Sunday at
kind of
3
like
p.m. I
like
highly
entry
recommend
point,
this
and then
session.
it just has
So
gone
check
radio
out
silent
Gamescom
ever
now
since,
for
which is
all
like
those
that had like
fantastic
such good
features.
traction, and
Thank
even
you
that
so much, and
like
back
seemingly
to
like
you.
fell off the boil, and that was like a good competent one
Thank
from
you,
all
Jasmine.
things what we saw early doors.
Well,
So you
now
can be
I'm
good and still
joined
not fill
by
that
the one
void.
and only Harada-san,
Peak of the
creator of
MMO
Tekken,
craze was kind of
and Michael, the
early to mid
producer of Tekken.
2000s,
Uh,
like World of Warcraft,
You guys
Captured
have
Lightning
come
in the
all
Bottle,
this
those
way
a couple
from
of others came
Japan
along,
to
Guild
deliver
Wars,
something
etc.
special to Gamescom.
Done well.
What do we got, Harada?
But not much
そう
else
です
has
ね
succeeded since.
普段最近はずっとバトルシステムの話ばっかりしてるので、今日は皆さんのために、全く新しいモードの情報を持って
Richie,
きました
translate. Go.
So up until now, we've been mostly
There you go.
showing off the battle mechanics and new gameplay. But today we have an all-new mode for to show you today.
はい
I love how
です
that
ね
the translators
鉄拳はもちろん
t-shirts like from the
今回も
original
三島
Tekken,
サーガを描いた
like just a screenshot of
鉄拳
it.
のキャラクターの壮大なストーリーモードはあるんですけども、それ以外にですね、もう特に欧米では、失われてしまったアーケード体験の、ストーリーが体験できる、プレイヤー中心のですね、ストーリーモードっていうのを、最新の AI ラーニングシステムを
Would you say
使って
Tekken's like
すごい臨場感
the
のある
lower
ベ
tier
テラ
of
ン
the
から
fighting
ミート
genre?
まで楽し
Like
める
when
よ
I
うな
think of like
そういう
Mortal
新しいモー
Kombat
ドをちょっと
up
今日は
top
お
and then
見せしたいな
Street
と思います。
Fighter, I always kind of
Of
place
course,
Tekken like
will
below
have
them
the,
too for some
story
reason.
mode covering the Mishima,
In that kind of second
storyline
tier
and
of
the
fighting
players
games.
will
Yeah, like not
Your top tier
bad,
is your
but-
Mortal Kombat,
Mm.
your
But
Street
this brand new mode
Fighters,
is
your
kind of a
Smash
story that
Bros.
focuses on you as a player.
Controversial
And,
adding
it
Smash
covers
Bros.
the
But straight up
arcade
as a
scene,
fighting
just,
game,
a
in my
classical
opinion. But
atmosphere that
Yeah,
people
I
our
would say it's
generation
that
actually
one
got to
rung
experience
down.
firsthand, but maybe some of the newer
Injustice
game
is another one.
Gamers out there
Yeah, I'd
haven't.
say that's one rung
So this
down
will
as well.
cover that.
Yeah.
That's
as you
probably just
progress
there's not
through
as
that
many of them.
storyline,
But that has
Doesn't have
IP
that-
to bring it, doesn't it?
It'll
Like
have the
that's it.
strength for the
actually has
legacy
some,
yet,
AI
'cause-
kind of infused learning aspects to it.
What's the other one? I feel like there's a
And,
fourth
it's really
one that on my
exciting, and we
brain's
hope
not
that you'll enjoy it.
triggering.
All right, well, let's take
Street
a look
Fighter.
at the brand new
Soul
trailer
Calibur.
for Tekken 8.
Yeah, it's one of
Thanks,
them,
guys.
yeah.
In that second rung.
Lee Ellis in the chat says Tekken's #1 for him. This is all for you then, Lee.
I'm not necessarily saying the ones on the second rung are any better or worse. It's just less popular.
I think it's like it's pop culture. I think Mortal Kombat was
Profile
always
of them
yeah.
is a bit lower.
I recognise the guy with the leopard head.
Virtua Fighter.
I think I played a lot of Tekken on the Sega Saturn around my uncle's house, I want to say.
I think I did exactly the same thing, yeah.
What, around my uncle's house?
No, my uncle's house.
That's weird.
Killer Instinct, yeah. Clay Fighter and the N64. I had a demo of that. It was terrible.
Fighter games were great for demos back in the day, weren't they, though? Like, they just let you play 1 or 2 matches with 1 or 2 characters, and you just play them on repeat.
These 2 characters go.
And as a kid with no money, oh, Dead or Alive, yeah, it's a great one. Dead or Alive, great shout.
Isn't Dead or Alive the one that's basically softcore porn?
Yeah, I think so. It's Sega.
It's boob physics.
Yeah, boob physics. They're the same ones who do like all the beach ball games, volleyball. Like,
sometimes when you like play a game from Japan, you just want to go, come on guys, just be a little bit less horny.
Oh, Lee says it never came out on the Saturn. What am I thinking about then?
It must be PlayStation 1 then.
What was I playing on the Saturn then?
Was it Virtua Fighter?
Oh, maybe, yeah, Virtua Fighter, yeah. See, well, they all just blur into it. As a non-fighting game fan, I think that's where they all just kind of blur into one. Whereas I feel like Mortal Kombat for me stands out because it has those characters that I just recognise.
Have the iconic in a way I think none of the others are quite there.
And I'm terrible at them all.
I think some of them are probably better games, but...
X-Men Mutant Academy was my jam on the PlayStation though, and X-Men Mutant Academy 2. I used to sit there as Toad, slapping people with the tongue, and that's all I used to do. Just spam the tongue button, la, 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 like Yoshi, and just fuck them up from like 4 meters away.
What I'm thinking of is apparently Dead or Alive Extreme.
There you have it, Tekken 8 coming in January.
Tekken 8. God, if you're a video game fan for fighting games, you've been eating good this last year.
Sledgehammer, because on November 10th, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 arrives, and today you guys are going to be the first audience in the world to see some raw, real gameplay from the campaign.
Here we go.
I actually played
welcome
some Call
to
of Duty,
Gamescom. What can
Modern
you tell
Warfare
us
3
about
the other night.
Did you?
Not this version, the original version.
Awesome. How was it?
After recording the podcast.
Modern Warfare 3 this year is the
Call of Duty. It's great. I played single player.
We're shipping 16
Yeah.
multiplayer maps, all from the original Modern Warfare 2.
That's all I needed.
These maps have been
So this is weird. So 16 maps, but from Modern Warfare 2 in Modern Warfare 3. Open world zombies, Richie.
Largest zombies, yeah.
Open world zombies. That sounds cool as shit.
This is our largest zombies offering ever, and for the first time, it's set in the Modern Warfare universe.
Bring it Game Pass, guys.
And of course, this year we are bringing a huge innovation to the Call of Duty campaign.
Yes, let's talk a bit about the campaign.
I said they're doing the campaign in like mission mode, so you can go back in.
Factor into this. See him over there. Tell us a bit about what is the storyline. What can we expect from the campaign?
Yeah, so for the first time for Call of Duty this year, we're doing a direct sequel. You know, Modern Warfare 2, they asked a lot of interesting questions in their story, and Sledgehammer Games is so excited to work with Infinity Ward on the campaign to answer some of those questions and to bring you Modern Warfare 3. And one of those answers, he's standing right behind you. Yeah. He is Makarov. He is our infamous antagonist. He is cold, he is calculated, and he is trying to bring the world to the brink of war, but not if Task Force 141 has anything to say about it. So we are just so excited to get this campaign into the players' hands.
All right, well, we are going to see a playthrough of a campaign level, but first...
That was great delivery from her, by the way. Like, and you think about presenters, like, the hype was authentic, and she hit all of her, like, talking points so well.
For epic cinematic stories, as Shelby talked about. And this year in Modern Warfare 3, we're introducing a new innovation to the Call of Duty campaign that's going to allow players to interact with that story like never before.
Yeah.
We call them
open
combat missions.
Well, there you go. This is it. Open combat missions.
Are player directed. They allow the audience to play the game the way they want to play it. So if you're like me and you like stealth, you can.
Oh, so they're doing like a bit of Hitman, like approach it how you want.
Complete all the objectives without the enemies ever knowing you were there. But if you want to go in loud,
instead of just playing through
armor plates,
because Call of Duty was always kind of just point, like go point A, go point B, go point C, do objective.
You can leverage vehicles. You
to
can
make it a bit more open. That's a cool way. That's a really cool idea for a remake, actually.
If you're remaking the map, you're free to do what you want with it, right? You can put different entry points and change it a bit.
They're going to work seamlessly with those epic cinematic missions that Call of Duty fans know and love. And
it has a bit more value.
An exclusive first look at one of these epic cinematic
I mean,
missions.
graphically, Call of Duty 3, Modern Warfare 3.
What are we going to see? This is
it wasn't amazing when
start of the game almost, right?
Yeah, so this is a sneak peek
it was okay.
of
It was
the
good
very
enough.
first level
wasn't
of
distracting
Modern
or
Warfare
anything.
3. This is called Operation 627.
All right, check it out. Here you go. Call of Duty at Gamescom first. Thanks, guys.
Call of Duty going all out Battlefield, says Cube Apple. Hey, I like Battlefield.
Modern Battlefield.
Red October standing by.
I think this might be one of the missions I played. No, I think.
Am I getting back into Call of Duty, Richie? Is that what's happening to me?
You know what? If it came to Game Pass, I might give it a chance. But I've got other stuff I need to focus on playing.
Scuba Steve. Have you seen Dave the Diver? It's only on Steam, yeah. It's going to be like indie game of the year for loads of people. It's just a game about Dave who's a diver. It does everything, but it's getting like I don't know too much about it other than everyone loves it who plays it, and it's a game that does everything. But it's only on Steam at the moment, so. Oh, that looks like that Fort Boyard they used to do on Channel 5. Remember, there was like they went and did like crystal maze puzzles on a old brick castle.
I think I might remember this mission. Is this the Gulag mission?
It just looks like Fort Boyard for me, so.
Yeah,
oh, that was all they showed. Yeah, I was bored, but they're kind of saying the right things. Oh no, they're going to show us a bit more.
Call of Duty probably since Modern Warfare 3.
I think Black Ops 3 was my last one.
Jin said all the Call of Duties when they come out and go, just more Call of Duty, and because they've had such a heavy focus in the multiplayer.
Yeah.
It's just like.
Yeah, same for me. Shin says we had Fort Boyard in the Netherlands as well. Yes, did they release the Tigers at the end? Which, even though the Tigers were chained down because you can't really maul contestants on live TV.
Hooks up.
Get some zip lining going.
You can't have Call of Duty without some zip lines.
Let's get up top.
Rappel. Rappel. Oh.
Yes, the Tigers. I love it. Give me a Fort Boyard Battle Royale, Richie. Oh, he's down. He's not dead though. Oh, he is now.
If you go on full on stealth mode, I think that would be really, really fun for mission like this.
Nods on. Airstrip's on.
There's that sound effect. It's either Call of Duty or Splinter Cell when you hear that noise. Imagine if that was the noise that actually happened in real life. You're trying to go in stealth and you turn your eyes on. There's this big, like, high-pitched sound.
Yeah. It's like... Have you ever noticed, like, anytime someone draws a sword in a movie, it makes, like, a full shing sound?
Yeah.
Sometimes even when the movie goes shing, it's like, why would it make a noise right now?
That's a poorly made sheath, if that's the case.
Yeah.
Just drop a flashbang.
Like a beacon or something?
Oh yeah, it might be like for the airstrike. Oh, that's for these guys. Reinforcements.
Come bloody close to stuff.
I know. So do you remember this mission?
I remember there was a mission in the Gulag, but I don't have a vivid detail of it. I think you had to like break someone out of it. It might have been Price or someone.
Mike, wasn't that with Dirty Den from EastEnders? No, it was there was a young blonde lady who presented it, I think, for what I remember. It might have started with Dirty Den, but the Tigers might have got him. Yeah, Lee, I think that's the one thing for me with the campaign is it's always been about gameplay and story for me, and Call of Duty's nailed. Like, the gameplay's been nailed since like the first iteration. Like, it's always like first-in-class shooter. But yeah, the story, and I think when it started getting to like space, and they had Jon Snow in, and then they brought in Kevin Spacey, and we all know what happened with Kevin Spacey. I think it kind of just, and then they skipped a game with a campaign. I think a lot of the audience were like of our generation were kind of like, okay, then I'm out. I'm not going to buy a £60, $60 game for just multiplayer. And then, yeah, I've just never kind of had my interest back in, but I guess.
I had my moments with the Call of Duty multiplayer where it was during it was probably during Modern Warfare 2 and World at War was probably the peak of it, and probably a bit of Modern Warfare 2. But when Modern Warfare 3 came out, I played for the campaign, really enjoyed it, jumped in the multiplayer and just like, you know, it did nothing. Like, it just felt like more multiplayer, and by that point I think I was just done with it. So I didn't really bother too much after that.
Absolutely.
World at War was really good though. I never really vibed with Black Ops. It just felt like a worse version of Modern Warfare.
I mean, arguably, yeah, it's the least favourite of the entire kind of trilogy of them. Modern Warfare's always been their baby, hasn't it?
Yeah.
You got Modern Warfare and you
really put it on the map. Call of Duty 4 and Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
That's when it exploded.
Yeah, Modern Warfare, and then you got Black Ops if you're a big zombie fan.
Yeah. Well, zombies came with World at War.
Yeah, it went on to like Black Ops was the series for it though, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, when it wasn't the same devs though, didn't they? Like after World War
they took over. Yeah. But it was always so nice. I think Black Ops 3 was cool because they got celebrities in. So like Jeff Goldblum was like the carnival master who'd tell you about the missions and stuff in like a different scenario. But like they said before, it was always like small scale. So the fact that this comes with zombies, open world, has me like, oh, how big we talking here? Like, am I gathering resources in like PUBG style size levels and trying to see it out?
Yeah, Q-Rapple says he's Black Ops fanboy. I enjoyed Black Ops and multiplayer, just not as much as Modern Warfare.
Bravo's got the keys. Alpha, you have one mic before the lights are back online. Copy, Bravo.
This looks really actually cool.
It does, yeah. Kill him.
I like how the night vision isn't just blindingly green either.
Yeah, it's a bit more realistic.
Yeah.
Roger. Opening blocks 1 through 4.
Those guards have no chance when you've got night vision, do they?
Yeah. I think Black Ops was called. I can't remember. I know World at War was like, it was originally Nazi zombies, wasn't it?
Yeah, because they do the big scream thing.
Yeah.
Which I think we said is like the same sound effect of used in like Strange Brigade and Sniper Elite. Like since then, it's like the default facto Nazi zombie sound effect.
Yeah. Oh, I gun with 2 sights. That's cool. You got your bigger sight for distance stuff and the smaller one up close.
Yeah, I do like a good red dot sight. That was always my go-to one. I'd get the basic, like the middle of the road assault rifle, like balanced weapon. You get the there's a hollow lens or something on it, so you just get like the little window with the dot in the middle of it. That was my go-to one.
A little bigger, a bit more zoomed than just the standard red dots.
Quick reload. Get a frag in there. That was my go-for. You'd have your knife for close combat. Modern Warfare 3. Remember.
Looks good. Looks better than I was expecting.
Stay tuned for more Modern Warfare 3 details and
I think it's going to have the Xbox logo on the start screen.
Event for Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer, Call of Duty Mobile, and Warzone takes place. We're announcing
I don't know,
tonight
probably
on
not.
October 5th.
If it does, it'll probably be a late edition.
When the multiplayer beta kicks off on October 6th.
Microsoft
we have so much more to share with you, but first, here's an update on Nightingale, the new shared world survival crafting game from Inflection. After a few years of waiting, it's finally time to find out the early access release date for Steam and Epic Store.
Nightingale, which one was
the Feywild?
Oh, was this the one where you were hunting specters as like a duo?
Nightingale. Await Awaken your
I don't
first
know.
portal and tread
I'm drawing
on
a blank
towards
here.
that which is boundless, beyond the measurable.
I think it's like a man and a woman.
Sequestered, struck by
Potentially do an old COD multiplayer session.
the question becomes,
It might be difficult to sync up platforms, so.
thou be a survivor?
That's why we needed to come to Game Pass.
Yeah, or PlayStation Plus. Game Pass is usually better for our audience, though.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure I have Modern Warfare 2 or 1 remaster when it did go on to PlayStation Plus recently.
One remaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've definitely got one remaster on PlayStation Plus. I think it came on a few years ago.
Regardless.
Yeah, this isn't the game I was thinking of.
You favor. Realm cards will be necessary.
I feel a bit sorry for this game because this is looking a bit lackluster. I think immediately after Call of Duty.
Isn't it, like we say this every time we watch these shows, but isn't it crazy how much like the optics of a game can differ so much? Like some games you look at and they can almost be one for one the same game practically in terms of like theming, the enemies you fight, the gameplay, and yet there's one or two little things that subconsciously your brain picks up on and goes, eh, not for me. But on a different day, flip it, give it like a better title, slightly different color palette, and you go, I'm in. I'm all freaking in on this.
Let my words steer your.
See, a trailer that I'm looking at and go, there's a lot of stuff happening, but nothing's telling me why I should play the game.
Florence Nightingale, that's why I should play it. Will you heed the call, Richie?
Maybe. This feels... I was going to say Square then.
Grand Blue Fantasy.
The astral realm is Lilith's home. One way back is to restore the forbidden primal. She will utilize the power of the four primals.
I don't even know if
there's open the gates once more.
I would have said there's a few.
You can tell primal beasts were weapons created by astrals. Their powers are capable of untold destruction.
The old gods.
Is that what you call primeval gods?
I sense something, but I can't put a finger on what.
That doesn't look right.
This looks like Final Fantasy if it was made for the Switch. Right, it's got the same like big boss fights, elemental powers, seemingly like a bunch of character stories, airships.
All we need is a bunch of... Show me some crystals.
Yeah, there's a Yamoogle right there.
Set in motion can't be stopped.
There's your icon fights. Have you started Final Fantasy 16 yet?
No, it's installed now though.
See, I got the platinum on Sunday. Saturday.
We've been through a lot.
Easy summons.
Visited new islands.
Yeah, there's that.
Met new people.
That looks like Bahamut.
Yeah.
It's actually Bahamut who's kicking my ass.
Is it?
Yeah, but he summons it free halfway through the fight.
Thank you.
Just to make it harder.
Oh, okay. The Bahamut's in the one you're playing as well as mine.
Oh, he's a recurring.
Oh, is he? Okay, interesting.
Some of them are recurring, some of them are
Like
original
new.
for like individual games.
Statue's
like
cool.
E3, Bahamut, Shiva.
It was actually called Bahamut as well.
Here I play General Kirkin in Immortals of Avium. She is
Immortals of Avian's one for me that's gonna like flop. I don't know why. It's an EA published game. And I just, you know when we're saying it has like Ghostwire Tokyo vibes, but like not even as intriguing as Ghostwire Tokyo.
I think it's going to be a bit of a commercial flop, but critically, I think it's going to go. It's fine.
We're out of time.
I think it's giving me a bit of Forspoken vibes.
Chat, what are your thoughts on Immortals of Avian? I forgot the name nearly there. We're not getting a sequel to Immortals Phoenix Rising, so what are your thoughts on Immortals of Avium? Like, some of the things look cool, like the machine gun Doctor Strange powers, but yeah, I don't know. It just isn't grabbing me for some reason.
Oh, it's actually out, and it's I'm just finding a Kotaku article. Immortals of Avium runs poorly even on the best PC. That's not a good start.
Oh yeah, August 22nd. That's today. So it's out today. Oh dear. 68 on Metacritic. I mean, 68's not a bad game. That's like just short of a 7, which is like good on most people's rankings.
I have this weird thing nowadays though, because there's so many games that are like great at coming out. Good isn't cutting it. The difference between like a low 7 and a 5 is basically negligible in my interest. Because there's so many 8s and 9s out there.
And next up, we're going to step into the world of the Hoyoverse. And I am here with Genu
Love me some Hoyoverse.
Zenless Zone Zero. Genu, welcome to Gamescom. It's great to have you here. Thank you. Yes.
I don't like how that guy stood behind him.
To have you here. We've been very excited to hear
like he's hiding, you know, like a child hides behind his dad.
Oh, he's translating, that's why.
Can you tell us a little about what you
Oh, he's talking his ear then. I'll let him off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
非常荣幸今天来到 Gamescom 这个舞台，并且给大家带来了我们的作品《绝区零》，是一款都市幻想类的 ARPG 游戏。
I'm incredibly honored to be here tonight, and I've brought one of our newest products with me today, which is Zenless Zone Zero, an urban fantasy APRG.
距离上次我们给大家分享动态已经
Oh, it makes me go to sleep.
我也知道大家非常着急，想知道我们新的体验
nobody.
进展如何。
Triple Z makes me go to sleep. No, okay, just me. Jin in the chat says apparently has the same issue. This is Immortals, by the way, has the same issue as Atomic Heart, where the protagonist is just irritating, not likable. Yeah, that's a tough balance to get.
The progress that we've made with this game.
Yeah, when you're spending a lot of time with a character, you have to have them like
likable. Yeah, you want to enjoy being like that character.
Yeah. You're better off having no personality in the character than having a bad one, an irritating one.
Dynamics of the game. I hope you like
that's why I love like Uncharted so much, because Nathan Drake's such a cool character, and you get to be the hero, you get to be Indiana Jones and go on these adventures and stuff. Hoyoverse, that sounds bad.
It's like, if your character's going to be irritating, you're better off just going right, intentionally blank select character, put your own personality into it.
Right, what's this about then? Let's see. Yeah. You think Persona vibes? Lee, Chris, you're now a dad. It's your right time to break out the dad joke.
For 30 years.
Yeah, I've been dropping the dad jokes for my entire life. But yes, now I have a license. I've got a card in my wallet that says I'm officially allowed now.
Yeah.
Oh, we haven't really seen many indie games yet, have we?
Not really.
Like, where are all like the pixel art things? I mean, I like the beat. I don't really know what the game's about. I feel like I've just been shown 4 different games. Anime GTA, says Cube Apple. You digging the vibe, Richie? Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty supposed to be at tonight's showcase. Again, you know what's weird?
I've seen enough of Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty to know whether. I think by now you should know whether you're in or out.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of people pointed out on some of the shows I've listened to this week, Phantom Liberty, as big as it is, dropping in October. And I feel like for DLC, that's when there's so many new games dropping.
But it's DLC, so again, either you know you're in or out on that one already.
Oh, is this another?
Whose reconstruction efforts are ready for inspection, General Fu Xuan.
General Fu Xuan. She has no nose.
Oh, did it just forget to draw it?
Oh no, it's a line.
He's got nose.
It's a line. Minimalistic nose.
I don't remember Exalting Sanctum ever having one of these. What manner of evil transported us here?
What manner of evil, indeed.
I always think like anything like anime-esque in terms of graphics sounds wrong in English.
Yeah. I mean, the music doesn't strike me as some like threatening boss fight. I feel like I should just be in like a breakfast cafe ordering waffles.
I like it, the music, but it doesn't feel like it fits. It feels like it should be like generic town music.
Yeah. I'm just about to go shopping, pick up some HP points, get some Pokeballs.
Is it Star Rail? Honkai Star Rail. That's the new biggest one from that Genshin Impact devs. You know where you're surprised, like it seems like one of them games where it's like, do people play it or is it just a marketing campaign?
Yeah. Like, what's our favourite marketing campaign we always go back to?
We got still more Hoyoverse for you. Genshin Impact is nearing its 3-year
We want a sponsorship from them. You and Rob always make a joke about it.
Here's a look at the nation's
not Legends, something Raid Legends? Raid Legends.
You're in Shadow Legends.
Shadow Legends, yeah.
It's only the only people who play it are YouTubers with sponsorships.
Yeah. Join me for Raid Shadow Legends.
But it's like War Thunder and stuff, World of Tanks, all these sort of games.
My brother plays World of Tanks. My brother loves World of Tanks. And World of Warships, which he was trying to recommend to me yesterday, and I was just like, I don't have time to play random World of Warships free RPG things. I just don't have the time.
But this is why I don't play mobile games, because I can't. It doesn't fit anywhere into my life.
Is that why you didn't even give Marvel Snap a chance? You coward.
Yeah. Yeah, generally, like, when am I going to play?
This is no time for
I don't have time at work. In my breaks, I actually usually have a cup of tea or have a chat with colleagues, have some food, whatever. So I don't really have time at work to play games.
Yeah.
Commute, I drive, so I can't do it in my commute. And then, so when I sit down to play a game, there's better games on console or PC.
I love how you say commute and you live like 10 minutes from work.
Well, yeah, well, that's part of it though, isn't it? It's like,
yeah, it's
if I lived in London, like I was an hour on the train or something, on the tube to get to work, I probably would play more mobile games.
True. Now, serious question. A lot of the chat is saying a lot of the games look samey. After 5 minutes, I don't know if we're still watching a trailer for the first game when the guy was on stage, or we're like 3 games along from now.
This is
Genshin Impact.
This is clearly the anime mobile game block.
Right. Oh, it's a concert? So it's like in the game concert like Fortnite did.
This October, Lords of the Fallen releases an RPG adventure where he plays a dark crusader
to see what's about, but then it's got all like the gotcha, like mobile gaming mechanics, even on the PlayStation. It's just like going.
Brand new story trailer for Lords of the Fallen.
You know, you just roll your eyes about.
Oh yeah. Okay, let's see if Lords of the Fallen can bring the hype then. Last trailer at Game Awards looked epic. That was the guy with the lantern, if I remember. He's just killed Sega.
Yep.
Oh. Sega!
Sega!
You have been deceived. They brand me.
Who killed Sega though? Was it Nintendo? Or was it PlayStation? Or both?
Bad decision making.
Put too much faith in that damn hedgehog.
It didn't adapt well to 3D.
Nope.
I don't think it's still nailed it yet. So.
Greed, hatred, suffering.
To be fair, it's probably Sony who killed Sega more than Nintendo.
Dare to live. Now you will know darkness, brother.
Sega killed
yeah,
Sega.
the chat seems quite unanimous in that decision.
If there was another third-party company, I'd say it would be Sony. Bringing out the PlayStation is probably the final nail in the coffin of how successful the PS1 was.
Two-headed dragon.
And beg for forgiveness. And remember, you look into the shadows, might be the shadows look back.
Oh. October, another one for October. Oh, here we go. Speaking of Sega,
yeah,
you gotta have some Green Hill action. It won't be a Sonic game unless you see that classic background. Now I'm intrigued to see how this works with 4 players, because obviously the fastest player is always dragging the camera with them.
Yeah, well, let's be fair, Sonic 2 was a one-player game, that gives the little brother something to do.
Yeah.
Occasionally.
Okay, split screen.
Split screen.
That looks like party mode. That looks like race mode.
Yeah.
This looks like
that
Smash
was green
Bros.
right there.
I like the art style.
Sonic is in Smash Bros.
Yeah. Gotta go fast with friends. 7 October as well. Oh, we got a date. Oh, October 2023. What are you doing to us? That's a cool stage.
October is going to be a very busy month for new releases. And yes, there will be full...
Everyone's wallets were cried out in one go and then were suddenly silenced.
All the Sonic news we have for you tonight at Opening Night Live, because we also have a special update for you on Sonic Frontiers.
DLC. Sonic Frontiers did quite well, didn't it? Numbers-wise, for what?
It did okay.
Like reviewed okay, sold okay. Who's the floaty scary doll?
I think I don't know. I didn't play Sonic Frontiers.
Oh, Supersonic. The rest, Dr. Robotnik's like, I'm just a dude still.
I think Frontiers did well enough, but was still slightly, when it's slightly disappointing when it looked like, could this be Sonic finally nailing 3D? It didn't quite land it.
Your
Not
story,
bad, but
your characters. Out now. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
A lot of people just said the world was empty, didn't they?
Hello again. It's so amazing being here at Gamescom with all the game devs, publishers, and of course, the fans.
Yay!
Woo.
We're not there.
Gamescom is the world's largest video game event. Just check out this footage from last year. There are so many opportunities to celebrate games and connect with.
That's why we should go to a Gamescom, Richie. We'll go get drunk in Germany with Rob.
I mentioned the Gamescom cosplay area where you can
and then do the show floor hungover.
costume, just like this.
Do the show floor drunk?
I mean, yeah, we could just see it through.
Now I'm here with Mochi
Who's
Dragon,
the best cosplayer?
Rainbow Raven, Zaza,
I mean, the only one I recognise is Link.
and Saphira. Mochi Dragon, can you tell me how you choose a character to cosplay?
For me, there are 3 things required in order to decide on a cosplay. The first thing is, do I like the game or the media where it's coming from? The second one is, do I enjoy the character design? And the third one is, does it have a little challenge in the cosplay making progress? Like sewing a corset like my princess has here, or imitating bone structure with foam.
And
Bone
what
structure
makes
with
cosplay
foam.
at
Zelda.
Gamescom unique for you?
For me, it's
What, on the
definitely
end, the
being
pink?
able to play all of these awesome games in
the
cosplay
emblem didn't look
at
right.
the booths of the developers.
Oh
as well
yeah,
as
it is.
talking
Yeah,
to the product
yeah. I
users
think
of
the one on
indie
the end's the
games,
weakest.
Like having first-hand conversations,
Yeah.
and of course the cosplay village.
Thank you so much for sharing your costumes with us, and I wish you a great and wonderful Gamescom. Thank you. Applause.
Applause. I thought they were going to vote on who was number 1. I didn't realize it was just like a showcase.
I would like to tell you about the
Don's gone for number 2.
event arena. Friday through Sunday,
I think it was
there
2 or
will
3
be
for me.
live shows
I don't
from
know the
this
characters
stage
though, so it's
right
hard to
here
tell.
in this hall. Check out creators, gaming events, and esports.
You've gone off just which one looks the fittest, yeah.
Tune in online. Join and follow us on Facebook, Instagram,
I'd win every year
TikTok,
then.
Twitter,
Absolutely. That's why you're not allowed to go to Cologne, Germany. You get banned.
#2023.
Unfair competition is what they say.
Thank you so much, and back to you, Jeff.
Right now, I'm
Thank you,
cosplaying as
Jasmine.
Link
It's
in
great
his
to have you
pajamas.
here. All right, right now we've got a first look at
Official
the first
Legend of
Descendant,
Zelda
a
t-shirt.
next-generation action looter shooter from Nexon. The crossplay open beta is going
I
to be
just
held
said a lot of
September
words there that
19th
frazzled my brain. Crossplay, open network, beta, Nextcom, best fan fight, shooter, looter, shooter. My brain just went. Okay, what is it?
Follow the will of the ancestors.
What was that really cool game that we thought was going to come to Stadia? It had like all like 70s vibe to it. Look really cool. And then no, it's been like radio silence since that trailer.
I know the one you mean. I've got picture in my head.
Well, it's weird because in a way,
a bit like
Concord, the PlayStation exclusive, it kind of looked like the same vibe.
It looked a bit like
countless descendants of
the gameplay looked a
bit like finishing your
Star Wars
sentence.
Battlefront 2. I was trying to, I've drawn a blank. I knew Star Wars, like it looked a bit like Battlefront 2, like all the shoulder camera and like with different setting.
The only chance we have.
Yeah, Mike in the chat says Destiny like it was like Destiny meets Division or something, but with like a 70s vibe, right? Well, that's some cold ass killing that is. It might be here for all we know. It might be here tonight. Yeah, like all the technology in the trailer was almost like, you know, like Star Wars is like it's future technology, but it's stuck in like the 70s/80s.
I know what you mean. I've got it in my mind, like I can see the trailer.
Yeah, because didn't we say at the time we praised it for like looking like a certain game, and we found out afterwards it was made from ex-developers from that studio, and it was like, now it all makes sense.
It looked a bit like the gameplay looked a bit like Battlefront 2, like when you're on the ground as a stormtrooper or like the Rebel Alliance.
Yeah.
That kind of really hyper-polished gameplay. Obviously different setting, but
First Descendant. That's good.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Hello?
Hello?
How's
Oh, this is the one.
Yeah, David Diver.
It's the first game published by the Detroit Become Human people.
Tired, but in a good way.
Quantic Dream.
Busy.
Yeah, it's their first like published game since they were acquired by Tencent, is it?
About you.
Tencent, one of the big Chinese firms, bought them, and then this is the first like non-made by themselves game. Looks really good though.
I still need time.
Time to what?
It's like The Martian, but he's underwater instead of on Mars.
As far as I can see, you're just
Yeah,
treading water.
We're upping the extraction rate.
If they made a movie this, I'd get Matt Damon to play that guy.
You to understand.
You're not the only one who's suffering. I need you with me here, now.
I will be.
Once I stop getting eaten by fish. Under the waves.
Under the waves.
Oh.
Here we go.
On the verge of something special.
It's a Starfield trailer?
Starfield,
oh
yeah.
no, it's not just it's just Game Pass.
Of
Nice.
being first into great unknown.
Lies of P. Is Lies of P October as well?
I don't know, it might be September.
Soon. Hellblade.
September.
Okay. So you get like a few weeks before. Oh, Party Animals. Can't wait to play a stream of that one. Two weeks after Starfield. Lies of P. Everyone likes Game Pass.
Joining me now.
Oh, so is it for Troy Baker?
Roger Clark, Julia Brown, the stars of Fort Solace, which is out today on PlayStation and PC.
I think is the middle guy is Arthur from Red Dead.
This is so fun.
2,
Tell us a
right?
bit about this project. What can you tell us?
Oh my
I didn't play Red
God!
Dead.
Look at these people. You guys are insane.
Yeah, he is. He's a cowboy voice. As soon as that yeah, give it away.
We've been able to talk about this game for a while. I think the thing that I'm most excited about is for people to explore these characters. At the core of this experience is unraveling the mystery of Fort Solace, and you're going to do that by discovering these characters and learning about their stories. And that's, as actors, that's something that we just want to throw ourselves into.
And this is a game, I know Roger made, it's an independent game made by a pretty small team, right?
10 people, 2 years, 0 delays. We are very excited to share with you the world, Fort Solace today.
He made a choice to wear the hat today, and I appreciate him more for it.
It's a joy to see what indie studios are capable of in this day and age. It's a real thrill.
And an amazing cast for an independent game. Juliet, this is, we know you from a lot of great, film, television work. This game thing, how did you get involved in this project?
Yeah, it's my first ever video game
They offered
project.
me a lot of money.
So I'm so excited. Thank you. And to get to work beside two of the best in the game world nonetheless. So I just had to...
It must be more rewarding nowadays for actors to actually be involved in games, because there's more actual physical acting as well as just voice acting.
What we're going to see in this launch trailer, because it's an amazing narrative experience, right? This sort of
like Kojima's still like I think the biggest name to pull across like actor talent into mocap talent.
I remember coming in from lunch and we were doing the mocap, and I walked into the foyer,
it's also
and
becoming
there
a place now where actors can cut the teeth on.
The hole is butt made.
I don't think it's. I mean, there probably is some pretty old-fashioned heads in Hollywood who kind of look down there.
And there's
I think a lot more like newer directors. Are more opening to see when they see the credentials on the CV.
And Julia, I know it's a little mysterious what your role is in this game, right? But we have to play to find out.
So I play Jessica Appleton, who's an engineer working on Fort Solis,
Only
alongside Jack Leary. And they're going to have a night that they will never forget.
Bargain.
It's a thrilling ride.
Well, let's get a little teaser. As I said, it's out today. Here is the launch trailer for Fort Solis. Thanks so much, guys.
Our pleasure. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Dear Village.
Jack Leary, senior engineer en route to Fort Solis.
Fallen Leaf.
The Platinum Quadrant responded.
The leaf looked like the skull. I like that.
Power
It's a
failure
nice
or
little
wait
touch.
further information.
Recording submitted.
This is an indie game. Remember that. It said made by 10 people. 10 people, Richie. 25 quid.
I know there is.
This could be like almost like Stray in terms of like size of the team, but then the production quality they put out.
This does not look like an indie game. Remember when indie games were all just like 2D side scrollers?
This is like
and now they
close
have
to Dead
production value
Space.
better than AAA.
I mean, this looks better than Saints Row.
This looks better than a lot of things we've seen tonight. Like
it does.
production value.
And intrigue.
And it's only 25 quid.
Don't know what it's about, but yeah, the Falconeer guy. Yeah, one dude, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
All right, next it's time for the announcement about a new game from Focus Entertainment and Saber, the continuation of the ultimate off-road experience.
Off-road. This is Grid. Not Grid. Focus Sim series.
Behind all great discoveries lies a journey.
There's a deep tranquility found in just managing resources.
All right, our next stop, the Crew Motorfest, a vibrant open world, welcomes you to the ultimate festival.
Got a good vibe about Motorfest. Like I enjoyed what we played of the Crew 2, was it?
Yeah.
And this leaning more into the Forza Horizon, like sunny fun, sunny funny. I like it. I dig it. I just hope, unlike the Game Awards, this trailer does not last like 7 minutes, because there's only so many times you can show me cars skidding around.
Yeah.
Yeah, welcome to the driving block. So yeah, we've had our anime block, Richie. This is the driving and racing. So now we're getting to the point where I'm like, right, now we see the camera crash into the camera and then it cuts to the logo. About probably now, I'd say.
Yeah, anything after this point, I think it's just...
You did the dip of the music, you did the dub beat. You showed pretty much a shit ton of cars, couple of zoom in shots, couple of skids.
You're not actually showing anything about the game.
There we go. About 10. Yeah. Okay, about 10 seconds.
That was okay. No, I'll take it.
I'll take it.
Free trial.
September.
Full game, 5 hours.
Ooh.
I do a stream.
The Crew Motorfest
that was silent.
September 14th, and the brand new Lamborghini Revelto
Stage is quite decent for tonight, isn't it? I like the layout and the color theming.
Special O&L announcement for everyone watching between September 14th.
That's a real car.
Free trial will be available of the game.
I mean, if it wasn't, that's amazing.
Gran Turismo, this one.
Platforms for the Crew Motorfest.
Ooh, early access.
All right, moving on with CD Projekt Red gearing up for the release of the spy thriller expansion to Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty on September 26th.
That cheer in the crowd just makes you realize how gamers are so quick to forget how shit that game was at launch on most platforms.
A lot has changed.
The forgiveness is real.
I mean, if they've got it right, if they sorted it out.
Okay. Right, Richie, you finished Cyberpunk. I want to know what you think of this when we see it.
I'll be honest, I struggle to have any interest because I don't have Cyberpunk anymore because it was on Stadia.
There's a job.
That means you have to start all over again.
And it's also been so long since I played. It's too long to just jump back in, so they have to be wanting to restart.
And thinking of buying some iron.
That's where I think sometimes I fizzle out with DLC. If I have it immediately, I'm more inclined to play. But then if it's been like 6 months after I've played the game when DLC comes out, I've already moved on.
Home stretch.
Did you ever check out the Cyberpunk Edge Runners on Netflix?
Yeah, it was great.
That was so good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready. Get this show on the road.
You know what? I would be all over Cyberpunk again if they announced a third-person mode. I know that's just a Chris thing, but
yeah.
I just feel like I'd love it so much more. Like, you get to make your own character, then you only ever see them in a mirror. Bum 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 bum.
Do you see like Cyberpunk come to Game Pass or PlayStation Plus? It might
Not
be
anytime soon, but one day.
I don't know. I think for me, with this coming out, this might be the time to get people back in, or people who didn't bother first time round.
That will spirit you home safely.
Or maybe you do it early next year or something, after this comes out. So you use this to try and drive the sales back again. And then next year you go, right, here we go. We're going to bring it over.
Good point. Jin in the chat says, yeah, this DLC isn't coming to last gen, so play all those people who did buy it on PS4 and got shafted first time round. Now they can't even play the DLC.
I think they've learned the lesson that if it's not going to run, don't bring it.
Shame for all those players still.
Let me put it this way.
I mean, it straight got pulled from the PlayStation stuff.
Yeah. I'd imagine when they do eventually get around to doing a sequel, the scrutiny is going to be huge.
Yeah.
Bravo,
Yeah, it is crazy how well it ran on Stadia. We were kind of in this little bubble, weren't we?
There was definitely problems, but the bug that I always remember for me was occasionally my gun would just start firing randomly.
Yeah.
and I'd have to literally reload to stop it.
It's so close, and here to talk a little more about what we've just seen.
It's mad to think as well, like, if Google had really backed the marketing, that could have been their big first win, and I feel like they were so muted on it. It took like a couple of journalists saying they reviewed it and it was played great on Stadia, and us in our small community.
Best place to play outside of PC.
Yeah.
Outside of the top end PC, Stadia was the best place to play.
It ran better on a shitty £150 Chromebook than it did on consoles.
Absolutely redesigned perk system.
I had a sad moment over the weekend. I was cleaning my house, and I finally downstairs, my Stadia controllers were still down. Some of it was still down there in the charging thing. I finally removed them.
Oh, RIP. Did you change your controller into the Bluetooth settings still? Did you go online and tweak them?
I think I did from a Wasabi. I don't think I bothered for any of the others.
Uh-oh.
I'm not going to really use
it seems like players, can
that you
even
know
further
of.
customize their play.
But well, if you try and sell them in the future, they might be redundant if you don't update the settings.
You'll be able to find it.
Yeah, probably.
Right. So vehicle combat is a massive
addition. I can't see myself selling them either.
Will be able to shoot their guns while driving.
I passed CD Projekt's offices the other week when I was in Krakow, because we knew it was just off the square when we went, didn't we? We saw it up the road, and we never went. Believe it or not, nothing that impressive, just a building with a sign on the door.
Well, I looked at Ubisoft when I was in Montreal, because they got literally like 2 free studios there. When I like Google Maps it, and then it just dropped in the street view, like there's literally nothing there.
Yeah.
From the outside, I think one of them didn't even have a sign up, so I didn't even know if this was the right place. On like Google Maps, I just didn't even bother looking.
Like the trailer showed, I know you have something else to announce though that wasn't in the trailer, right?
Exactly right. So I'm really happy to announce that a lot of what we've just seen in the trailer will also be coming to Cyberpunk base game for free for current gen consoles and PC.
Oh, for current gen.
2.0 update.
Exactly.
All right, well, I cannot wait to check it out.
The art team for Cyberpunk have undoubtedly been fantastic, though. Like, the theming they've put on it is, like,
just needed.
All right,
it's synonymous.
That's the problem. Game, Stormgate, and a first
just 1 year too early. If they're held up for a year.
Yeah, holders, man.
Stormgate is a spiritual successor to classic real-time strategy games like Warcraft 3 and
Ooh,
StarCraft
I like
2.
Warcraft 3.
Stormgate will feature
Derek in the chat. Even Derek could be a good buddy.
Control of Earth's future.
Got his Final Fantasy
Today,
Platinum,
like
me.
Faction,
Got it now.
Host.
Me and Jinx Gaming, living the high life, and Richie hasn't even opened it yet.
They have a powerful advantage.
Oh, you've opened it. Oh, it's ready to go.
Dark magic that strengthens
Take that back.
The lowliest infernal units are the worker imps.
I believe you.
I believe you. But don't get
now, which cover are you going with on your copy, though? Have you flicked the cover? Because the inside cover is pretty sick.
That they unleash. Infernals will sacrifice everything, including themselves.
There you go, Revelation.
Victorious.
The inside one's much cooler.
The Chainsmokers are advising us on our soundtrack.
Yeah, I feel like Clive just looks so much more badass.
We'll share more later this year, including some of the friends we brought in.
Isn't it a shame we never really got a follow-up to Warcraft 3?
Yeah, hope this is one of the things I'm hoping with the ABK takeover you might get.
Warcraft 3 was so good.
Gamescom always strives to help our environment, and all of you can help make a change with a donation to
the
Gamescom
Warcraft took over, and they just
now to present Gamescom Green
Like I played, it was like Warcraft 3, Star Wars Empire at War, Command and Conquer, probably maybe Generals at that point, pushing Generals, but like obviously the Red Alert and Yuri games.
Every time I come to Gamescom,
All Battle for Middle Earth 2, all the same style games with a different skin, and I had such a blast. And then we never got a Warcraft 4.
To make it more sustainable.
Jinx is going for 7 remake. I'm 3 trophies away from the platinum.
At Playing for the Planet.
And this
through Playing
16
for
was
the
his
Planet,
first.
the United Nations.
Would you say it's a good next jump point? Because I'm the same as Jinxage, where FF16 was my first ever one. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Probably my game of the year. And
Whether you are a gamer,
where do I go from here?
Ahead of a AAA studio,
it's about
or
a
an
quarter
indie
step
developer,
towards
all
more
of us
turn-based,
can and should play a
but
part.
it's still heavily action
What
focused.
matters most is that you start somewhere
So
and
either 7
collaborate,
remake or
because
15
time is of
if you're
the
going to like
essence. And
slowly
if we
walk
don't
yourself
start
back
now,
into
then
like
when?
the more traditional
For those
format
of you
of
who play
JRPG.
games, many
I'd
of
probably
you
be
are
really
already
interested to
raising
hear
the
your
bar
take after you
by
finish
asking
16, because then I think you'll be able to give us the truest reflection of like where to go next.
keep on asking.
If anywhere.
Whether it's for more green content.
How many days
or
of
greater
Gamescom are there,
energy
says Mike? I think it's just the rest of the week. I think it pretty much wraps up on Sunday because Gamescom has a big focus on face-to-face consumers, fans who are there. So we get Opening Night Live, then we get like Day of the Devs, and we get a couple of more presentations. But a lot of it's shop floor. Like on the shop floor again.
Climate change
on
is
the
to
floor.
Stop emissions from happening in the first place.
And
that is exactly what this year's award
I
winner
would say
is
I've never really
actively
played
trying to do.
StarCraft. I'm saying Warcraft should come next.
The nominees
it wasn't that
for the
long
Green
ago at
Studio of
StarCraft.
the Year, based on
Relatively
companies
speaking.
that have submitted applications,
Never played
are
StarCraft. That was the one that
Frontier,
eluded me.
Ubisoft, and Xbox.
Richie, you
And
dropping
this year's
a
winner
cheeky
is
new emoji in the chat there?
Xbox. And
Yeah, I
here
didn't
to
know we had
accept
it.
the award
Yeah, I took out
is
one of
Phil
the. I
Spencer,
took out
head
the
of
clicker from the clicker cast, thinking we're not going to use it for like 2 years, so
yeah,
swapped it out for the new Gamer Guild logo. Hey, Phil!
I mean, we still have
I'm
Stadia.
accepting this award on behalf of an incredibly talented team at Xbox that has worked very hard to put tools in the hands of developers to allow them to see the impact of their code on the energy draw of the consoles. We do this so that we can all play while we continue to make the world a more sustainable place. Thank you very much. Thanks, everyone.
Now, why is Phil there? Got to be there for an Xbox announcement later on.
Congratulations to Phil and Xbox. Great to have
The only Phil,
only
Phil you can trust in the video game industry.
Of 11th Hour Games.
I'm sure there's more than
one. This is a big
one.
moment for you guys. ARPGs have had an incredible year, but you're an
What's Phil
independent
Harrison
studio
up to
that's been
nowadays,
building this
Richie?
game for a number of years, and we're excited to tell your story. So tell us
I bet his
about
pinned tweet.
Destroying dreams.
I bet his pinned tweet is still a Stadia one.
Before last Epoch, I was not in the games industry. I was just a die-hard action RPG player that dreamt of creating a community-made action RPG. And with the help of our community and Kickstarter, we've been able to make that happen. And so in last Epoch, every single skill in the game has its own transformative
The last thing he
skill
reposted
tree.
though was
We have
Stadia
119
Post.
skills in the
From
game
the
so
Stadia
far.
connecting to
This guy doesn't use
every
Twitter,
single patch.
or formerly known
We
as
also have
Twitter.
an awesome deterministic skill system, deep
Richie,
and
you're going to be a
interesting
mage, a
and
sentinel, a
multiple in-game
primalist,
systems for
an
endless
acolyte, or a
playability.
rogue.
And Jeff, tonight we're excited to announce our newest
You
class,
dare primalist.
Master.
Yeah.
The Rune Master has a unique mechanic where he's able to invoke any of 40 different abilities with a single button press, making it super exciting and fun to experiment and find your perfect
I
play
would
style.
launch
And the Rune Master is
Runes
gonna
of
be joining
Power
us
the
September
same
7th,
time
and will be
Rings of
available
Power
to play
Season
here
2
all
launches,
week.
just for those people who accidentally get the wrong hashtag.
Such a great
And then they're
story of
looking
this
at
game. I
Runes of
encourage you to
Power
check it out,
instead.
And right now we've got a first look at the Rune Master. Thanks, Judge.
Yeah, ideally get like a crossover event or something.
Yeah, you know how many people must go to like
5 years ago,
goggle.com
last
because they're
Epoch
meant to
was a
search for
community dream.
Google?
What if we, the players, could band together to make
The
the
ad
next
revenue
great
from that
RPG?
website, or
What would that game look
Punhub
like?
instead of Pornhub or
Lots of character
something.
classes to
All
choose
those people
from.
who've accidentally typed one
Every
wrong
single
letter.
skill
The
would
ad
have its
revenue,
own
genius.
defining skill tree. Reaching in-game would be just the beginning, and it would be updated for years so we could play forever.
Do you think we're going to see a spike in kind of Diablo, Baldur's Gate style games now? Now there's like evidently a huge demand for a quality-made game of that kind. How many other devs? Yeah, but I mean the people who like the developers who don't usually dilly-dally and that kind of thing. Think that success and the 10s out of 10s maybe like, you know what? Maybe we like Ubisoft, EA should look into that kind of game.
Maybe. I mean, it's a very Ubisoft move to be behind the trend. Nowadays, I could see it happen. You have to remember, Diablo did have a big legacy behind it.
Oh yeah, undoubtedly. Because if it was
it's Diablo as well.
Speaking of cool games, please welcome.
I recognise that guy. Oh no, it's Marvel Snap. It's the Marvel Snap dude. He's really loud.
Oh!
Yeah.
Whoa!
The only thing that annoyed me about him is like YouTube was absolutely hounding me with the adverts.
The entire game
multiple times in a video
on PC. It looks
like,
insane. And I'm here
Richie, you're gonna play Marvel Snap now? It's on PC.
5 minutes
No,
ago,
I have
we
just no
launched
interest
the
in the
game
game.
on Steam.
On Steam?
Okay, it's on Steam. Rebuilt.
I have no interest in the game.
That's fantastic. Now
I know, I
anyone
just love
actually
winding you
watching
up
the show
over
on
it.
Twitch, if you watch more than 30 minutes of ONL tonight, there's a special Twitch drop.
Oh,
a
well, I
Spider-Man
wasn't watching it
variant
on
from Marvel
Twitch.
Snap. And right now, we've got an exclusive cinematic to show you from Snap. Check it out.
He's that type of guy. I'm sure is really, really nice, but when it's like 9 o'clock in the morning and you've just got in the office, you're just like going, shut up, dude. Shut up.
Dude, let me pour myself a coffee, check some emails. We'll deal with this sort of energy at 3 p.m.
3 p.m. Yeah. I enjoyed my time with Marvel Snap, but I did move on from after like season 2 started.
Everything I had was a great game. I just had no interest.
Ghost Rider fighting Deadpool is definitely a scenario that I didn't expect to see. Squirrel Girl!
Anime style.
Yeah. I mean, I'd watch that show if it wasn't just a mobile game. Now available on PC. Devil Dinosaur. We're not getting a copyright strike on this because it's classical music. Now you've made it R&B, we might.
A lot to talk about.
If it's these like 5-second inserts that are just gonna sting us, I'm gonna be annoyed.
What classical music is that?
It's one of the most famous pieces of music of all time.
One of Mozart, I'm sure. 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, or 9th. Something like that.
One of the symphonies.
Yeah.
It's an excerpt from one of the symphonies.
It's mad how like synonymous, like everyone in the world probably recognizes those symphonies, and no one has a clue what they are because they don't have a title like most like modern music. Like no one's gone on Spotify playlists in session for that.
Symphony number 2.
Yeah, even though you all know it.
That'll do.
It's like the Alton Towers theme. Everyone knows the Alton Towers theme. And I remember, I think when I learned it was called like In the Hall of the Mountain King, was like, that's a badass name. They should lead with that more.
Priority subject for termination. High on the list.
I watched an interesting YouTube video on Alton Towers recently, actually. It went into like the problems they have because they can't go make roller coasters above the tree line.
Ah, that is a problem. Make them underground.
The ground's on listed. It's listed. It's a listed building. The actual like manor house.
Yeah.
So that is the solution. They build them on the ground. But then when roller coasters get old, like Oblivion and Nemesis, like 25 years old now.
Yeah.
They wear out, and then what do you do?
Dig deeper. Into the fires of Rubicon. I do like theme park history. It is. It's a cool name. I was having some back and forth with my name for my Starfield ship last night. And I was thinking, I was like, oh, I need to start making some notes about what I want to call my ship in it. Got a couple of things in the bank. I'm not giving it away. Did you see someone in the previews made the Millennium Falcon?
That's pretty cool. I haven't seen it, but that sounds awesome.
I stole, but I survived.
Excellent. He had really bad front armor, he has bad side armor, he has bad head armor.
I think my biggest issue with tonight is there's been a lot that's been like getting sure that's coming this year. But nothing's been as good as the stuff that we know is coming. I'd rather like see more stuff that's coming next year at this point.
Well, that's what Geoff kind of tried to temper expectations, didn't he? And just say it was game updates with a couple of things sprinkled in. Little Nightmares 3 is probably my biggest thing so far.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing now.
Which was like an hour and 15 minutes ago now.
It doesn't matter who tries to stop me. I'll cut my own path.
One of my biggest pet peeves right now is putting like modern music with old medieval stuff. Like, it's been over the same with like trailers for like anime cartoons or anything. It's just like, why? It happened in the Mario movie as well, and it was like we're in this world of the Mushroom Kingdom, and you're playing music from the 1980s.
Good music as Mario, like doing interpret that.
To unleash even more news on MK1, which ships in just a month. Please join me in welcoming to ONL, Ed Boon.
That guy does not care.
That guy's going for a piss. That guy's a Street Fighter fan.
Hello, Ed.
Hey, Jeff.
Fancy seeing you here. Well, we had a lot of
Do we think we're going to
Summer
get
Game Fest
Kojima Richie?
reveal,
We've got 15 minutes left.
And I got to say, every
trailer it's announced his new
just gets
podcast.
Crazier and crazier.
Yeah, the sequel.
So what did you bring to Gamescom?
We brought another, probably our craziest trailer of all. You know, since we introduced the gameplay at Summer Game Fest, we couldn't believe the reaction people having to the game, and they've actually gotten their hands on the game, which has become even more exciting. I can't believe the crazy stuff people have come up with, combining the main characters and the cameo.
Combining with a K.
But this trailer we have here should give you an even better idea of just how...
Not for the title, but when they use it in like every single post they put on social media.
I gotta say, this is such a great asset. You guys are gonna enjoy it. Here it is, Mortal Kombat 1, the brand new trailer.
Yeah, it does not exist in this world. Here we go. WB need a win.
This is a slam dunk from though. It's like it's Mortal Kombat. You're fine. They need a. And they had Hogwarts Legacy.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Victor of the Tavarian War, conqueror of the Quatan.
It's the DC stuff that they're struggling with.
Is grateful for his service.
Why wasn't this in the fighting block with Tekken 8? That's what I want to know, Jeff.
You know what? I'd love them to do like a spin-off Mortal Kombat game that is like an open world RPG. Because I think there's some amazing lore there. You could make so much like Outworld, I think it's called, to explore this fantastic world. But I'm just not into fighting games.
Yeah. Same. I wanted to absolutely love Injustice, like Superman landing in Russia. And then like what would happen to Superman was like brought up and raised in a different part of the world, and yet I've watched a lot of the cutscenes on YouTube when people do like the compilations, but I can't play the game because I'm shit at fighting games. Liu Kang.
I don't enjoy them enough either to get good.
Earthrealm's champion is raided, Your Majesty.
Is it me?
Have they flipped roles? Wasn't Raiden who originally brought Liu Kang into Mortal Kombat?
By embodying the very best qualities of Earthrealm's people.
I'm sure like Raiden was like the god of thunder or something. Like,
whom shall I face?
I mean, he's not no boring ass human, that's for sure.
See, imagine his moveset, but just in like an open world action RPG.
Yeah.
He will taste no victory.
You could even have like a Mortal Kombat style tournament into the game. Do you remember when
boss fights?
It was Oblivion where you had like an arena, like quest line?
Oh, I used the steel chair.
Yeah. Fatality.
I mean, he's definitely dead after that. Uh-oh. Oh, you don't stand behind a horse. Let alone a horseman.
Do you remember the Mortal Kombat? I think there was a Mortal Kombat like cartoon once. That was awesome.
That guy ain't having any babies. Oh.
Oh, he's got... I mean, I was about to say he's got them floppy
she's gonna
arms.
have to wash her hair after this. I mean, you didn't even give him a chance to answer.
That felt a bit unnecessary.
She stuck her hair in his severed limbs. That's such an odd choice.
Then ripped his spine out through his throat.
Oh, he's the characters. Invincible, The Boys, John Cena.
Time for a tonal shift.
Slightly.
Untold is making its first event appearance this week at Gamescom. This turn-based grand strategy game is about.
Oh no, Richie on the right. Ara Tory Untold. It's a campaign for the Conservatives. Watch out.
Look at the gameplay.
Tory Untold.
History unto as well.
History unto the Tory Untold. Xbox Game Studios.
Game Pass.
I didn't realise it was Xbox Game Studios though.
I'm sure we've covered this.
We've covered the game, but I don't remember it being Xbox.
Is this like a city skyline?
Let's go back.
Civ.
Civ.
Yeah. There you go.
The world untouched.
Peaceful.
No thrones ascended. No history yet written.
The Stonehenge thing there.
Yeah. No history. Broken Stonehenge.
Extraordinary by you.
Who do you want to be? Sappho?
Oh, what was the Sega one that came out? Humankind. That just wasn't good. It was okay. It just didn't grip me, and I ended up going back to playing Civ when anytime I fancy this kind of style of game.
Yeah, I'm always intrigued when anything in a genre comes out to see what the increase in like the next nearest thing will be. It's like when Park Beyond comes out later this year, the theme park simulator. How many people go, that looks cool, I'm going to go play Roller Coaster Tycoon. Oh, that looks cool, I'm going to go play Planet Coaster instead.
I also have Roller Coaster Tycoon installed. It just, you know, there's some games that just stay perpetually installed on your PC.
Yeah, that's the same for me.
I
thought that was a nuclear. I thought that was a nuclear power plant next to a Roman Colosseum. Then. Oi, Paris in Egypt. It's your world now. I feel like the name could have been a little bit better.
We need to get Rob to stream that.
Yeah, it's definitely more up his street. Second party, that's why.
But like,
has had a
you know, when we did the first time we played Humankind, where like I was kind of coaching as well.
Yeah.
We'll do it like that. All three of us have a few beers and we'll build our civilization together.
We're now about
Sounds
to share
good.
with you the first news on the next season coming this fall.
I did play some Civ a couple of months ago, but it's so addictive. I kind of want to protect myself from it. Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah.
Just one more turn. 5 a.m.
Discarded.
Blink.
Throats torn open. The church ignored the killings, even as fear mounted like the bodies.
Sounds a little bit like Amelia Clark doing the voice of
And
her.
the brave fought to end the corruption.
I recognise the voice.
But they were too late.
What's in the basement? Ah!
It changed them. Killed them. Brought them back. Hungry.
Werewolves.
I have fought this plague a long time. We need something different.
Oh.
A survivor with all of their strengths and none of our weaknesses. Someone unexpected.
Someone who's good at cutting heads off.
And they'll never see you coming.
I feel like it's gonna cut to like a comedy thing. Like it's building up, and then I'm waiting for it to just go like, it's a talking cat.
Hunt them. Kill them. In the realm of darkness.
I mean, the art style was awesome until I went into the game.
Let our stakes pierce through
But
the
you go
hearts
more
of
like
the
a Diablo
damned.
style game.
Yeah.
For tonight, we hunt.
The vampire.
It's like a Path of
that's
Exile
Diablo.
or something. Oh, it is
Oh yeah,
Diablo.
there's people complaining about this, saying the season passes too soon. Like the game's so big,
Gamescom,
people
please
haven't even
welcome
got
actress
like
and
to the
producer
end of the
Gemma
main one,
Chan,
and now they're
who's
like, oh,
voicing
here's
the
some
role
more.
of Vampire Hunter
My kind of
Eris
thing,
in the
if you're
Season of
paying
Blood
like
and the general manager
60,
of the Diablo
70 pounds
franchise
for a game,
at
the
Blizzard,
first
Rod
season should just
Ferguson.
be, the first year's
Welcome
content
to
should just be free.
Gamescom.
Hi, everyone.
And
Gemma,
then you
this
can
is so
start
exciting
charging
to
for
have you
season
here.
passes.
welcome to the video game world. I know this is your first video game, right?
It is. Thank you for having me. It is my first video game. I have always appreciated the power of storytelling in all its different
it's Gemma Chan from She in Eternals?
Video games are very much like interactive cinema now. So I was so excited to play this character, and yeah, thank you for inviting me.
Well, that's why she sounds like Emilia Clarke, because she's another British export from the British Academy of Acting.
Yeah, this is exciting. You know, season 2, which will be coming, as you said, in October. What can you tell us about the character that you're playing, Eris?
It's been a while since I watched anything.
Ahsoka this week.
Is a seasoned
literally tomorrow.
Hunter. She is going to be your badass.
But what a time. You could. Disney Plus will now net you. You haven't seen Black Panther 2?
She's complex.
What kind of forever? You have seen it. Seen Ant-Man Quantumania?
I think we saw that in the cinema.
Initially, she comes across as a little bit cold.
I've seen Quantumania. I think Quantumania was the last thing I saw.
In a fight, she will definitely.
Maybe avoid Secret Invasion.
Good to know. Rod, tell us a bit about what we can expect from this new Diablo season in October.
Well, Jeff, you know, Diablo is about creating that ultimate power fantasy. And obviously, a lot of people have been doing it. We have.
You know what Krakow reminded me of when I went there the other week?
Billion hours played
when we were in Krakow.
Yes, but specifically when we watched the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, and because we were going to a wedding and we sat in like twin beds in a hotel room, both with our phones, with like earphones in each, synchronized the start time of the first ever episode of the Obi-Wan series together, play, and we both sat there like big nerds and watched the first 2 episodes of Obi-Wan at like midnight in Poland.
It's such a throwback to like when you were kids and when you watched it together on a TV show with your mates or something.
That's season 2, and that's October, so we still have lots of time to.
Didn't help us going to sleep, because when it finished, all we wanted to do was talk about like what happened, what was that. That was cool. Can't believe they did that.
Because we all begin at the same place. So come join us in
the first episode as well.
First two, I know, because I think when it ended, we were like, guess what? There's another one. It was like, oh shit, we're staying up late.
In October. Fantastic, gentlemen. Rob, thank you so much. Thank you. All right, and now it's time for another world premiere. This one.
You're about saying the difference is Halo, we need more seasons. Diablo, stop giving us more seasons. Yeah, you can't get the balance.
Divided by disinformation.
I mean, it feels like Diablo's just come out and already like bringing out multiple seasons and stuff. So I do get the like, come on guys, give us a chance to actually play the game.
Embark on a fateful road trip to discover their true.
Please tell me you're done.
Oh, we're just getting started, dude.
What is this music?
I believe the kids call it K-pop music.
Just K-pop.
Turn it down.
Leave my music alone. Shut the hell up.
Words have power. They can give you strength. Ready for this?
Stand still.
Words can bring people together.
This kind of strikes me like if Telltale made a more action-centric game.
I was thinking like Life is Strange meets Hi-Fi Rush.
Yeah.
The question is, what do you have to say?
Go.
You have that one character with a weird special power.
Do not feed the
But it's got like a very much comic booky style.
Yeah. Well, that changed quick. What? That was a shift.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't think there's any good transition into this.
No.
You just have to go for it.
I mean, it's different enough.
Yeah.
At the end of the show now, Richie, do we think we'll get one big final crescendo? Big reveal? Or do you think because Jeff's not got a good track record recently of ending on a high? Well, you can't end on this. No offense to whatever the hell this is.
In the last few shows, like,
is this a game or is it a cartoon?
it looks like a cartoon. I'm guessing game though. Like,
thank goodness you're here.
No idea.
Thank you.
No idea at all.
Oh, there's Sam Lake.
Really
okay, Alan Wake.
Thank goodness you're here. And
Yeah.
now to
To be
completely
fair, we knew Alan Wake was
shift
gonna
the
be
tone again. I'm here with Sam Lake, who's going to take us to a very dark place with Alan Wake 2. Sam, welcome to Gamescom. This game is coming out in October.
Looking sharp.
We've had so much fun. We announced this a few years ago at the Game Awards and at Summer Game Fest. We met Saga Anderson and heard a little bit of her side.
Well, yeah,
of the story,
Hjova,
but
last year
everyone's
we
been
got
asking me, and
the
I'm
announcement of
certainly
the
expecting you. What about
PlayStation
Alan's
DualSense
story? What can you
Edge,
tell
so we
us
got some
about,
hardware
what it's like
announcements.
to play
So
as him
Be cool if we got maybe like a Q Lite announcement for this Christmas.
I think it's too early. I think that's next Christmas.
No, this Christmas. I think they confirmed it. This Christmas, yeah.
To show our title character,
Which is why I think the big rumours are still circling that we are going to get another PlayStation Showcase, because after Spider-Man, we got nothing. And if there's a rumoured Pro / Slim in the works and a Q Lite, they need to tell us about it somewhere, and the summer's almost out.
Is Spider-Man October?
Some footage here, and I know you're actually using
probably end of September, maybe then.
Right?
Yeah, I think September we'll get a big final push for Spidey, and then tell us what's next.
Have the Q Lite in there. If they're doing a Slim, which again, that's probably next year.
I think it's for this Christmas. I think they're going to go all out this Christmas. Just with that sale we had on the PS5s, like they're shifting units for a reason.
For years, he has written.
We'll cover it on the channel.
Set in New York City. So now the Dark Place takes the shape of a nightmare in New York City.
I've toyed with Alan Wake twice this week, where I've installed it on my PS5, and I keep looking at it, and I'm like, oh, do I start it? Do I have the time, or do I just enjoy a week before Starfield? I'm on holiday next week, so I'm going away. So I'm like, I don't have the time to games, you know, and I'm just like, do I just chill out?
This game, I cannot wait. We don't have to wait so long. It's coming in October.
I just need more time to play games.
Yeah. Should we both quit our jobs and do this full time?
Sam, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, everyone become a member for as little as 99p. But although if you want us to quit our jobs and go full time, you're going to have to pay more than 99p.
I did think the other day, because we're like coming up on like 2,000 subs, it was like if every one of them 2,000 signed up for 99p tier, we'd have $2,000 a month, which meant one of us could start going full time, which would then up the content. It could get something every day of the week if that was the case.
Or we could just both go part time. We'll take $1,000 each.
Yeah, but I don't think feeding my child will benefit from me being part time.
Yeah, but you also work part time.
Oh, I didn't think of that. Okay, you heard him, folks. 1,000 people, 99p.
When we get 2,000 subs, everyone gives us £2 a month.
Yeah, and we can both retire.
Yeah.
No! You've got the wrong bed!
Oh, Alan.
It's my fault. He got out.
Wake has a double. Where is he?
Look, picture here. Alan Wake movie, helmed by Keanu Reeves.
In the style of his John Wick appearance.
Yeah, I mean, he looks kind of like John Wick anyway.
He looks like the guy from the Hunger Games, actually. Like the actor. And Interstellar, funnily enough.
A Control movie. That'd be cool. No, Control anime. Because then you could go crazier with it. Either you have to go really high budget for the special effects.
That looks
I would have a Quantum Break TV series. Oh wait, they did that. That was part of the game. Half TV series, half game. Didn't take off. Unfortunate for Remedy. Oh no, this is it.
And I gotta say, we got a lot of great games coming up in the next few months. So I hope you enjoy.
Oh, don't do it, Jeff. Don't do it.
Get ready for what's going to be quite a debate about Game of the Year. And speaking of the Game of the Year, I'm happy to announce tonight that the Game Awards will be returning live this December, and we've got a date for you.
That's one of the things. Like, just you look at it and go, Game of the Year is going to be awesome this year.
It is our 10th show, which I can't believe we've been doing it for 10 years. We'll be live at the Peacock Theater in LA on Thursday, December 7th, and I hope to see you then. It's going to be
Don't just say goodbye. Don't you say goodbye, Jeff.
Hey, Hungry Moogle, thank you for the $2 Canadian.
We'll see you again next year.
Oh, he did it! Jeff, damn you! Surely he knows. You can't just end on an Alan Wake trailer. Like, come on. Oh, everyone gets up to go to the toilet now. Oh, Hungry Moogle, thank you very much. Yes, the $2. We're well on our way, Richie, to part-time employment there. Right, Richie, that's the end of Opening Night Live with Geoff Keighley, of course, kicking off Gamescom. We might get some new announcements as the days go by and we get like Day of the Devs and the Indie Showcase stuff on the floor. But overall, thoughts on the show? Like, we knew, again, you tempered expectations. We knew we weren't going to get anything massive. What's the biggest standout for you from that 2-hour showcase there?
Oh, God. It might actually be Little Nightmares 3. There's a lot of good-looking games, but as I mentioned earlier, we have an absolutely stacked back half of this year. So I don't really have... I'm not looking at anything else to fill in the void, because I've got Final Fantasy 16. I've got Jedi Survivor. We've got Starfield. We've got Spider-Man. There's 4 games in like 4 months the rest of the year.
Absolutely.
Do I need anything else?
Absolutely.
So I think that was the only real thing for me. Is like, well, there's none of this I'm actually interested in playing right now because of other stuff I do want to play. So everything we saw is like, bring it to Game Pass, bring it to PlayStation Plus. I might give it a go when it drops.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, yeah, Little Nightmares 3 was my biggest one because it was the only real new thing we got. We got some good updates on some solid titles, built up a hype for a couple of things. We got some big updates on some big games. But yeah, it would have been nice to see Sony there in a little bit more depth. It would have been nice for, I guess, I don't know why I expect like maybe an Xbox like Game Pass announcement in there, like a small one or two.
Starfield.
I guess it was. Yeah, but Starfield's so like close and hyped up now. But you know what? Good showcase, good 2 hours. Lovely sat with you folks out there watching along, reacting to it. And just generally chit-chatting back and forth. The interactions in the chat tonight have been fantastic, so thank you very much for the support on there. I know tons of you have tuned in and watched along, as we always do. And again, thank you very much to everyone who's checked out the GamerGuild Podcast this past week. Our brand new show rounding up all the video game news in one place here on YouTube and on podcast services. So yeah, keep check out that if you haven't already. And yeah, like, subscribe, share, comment, rate us on podcast services, helps us fix the algorithm while we continue to bring you the content we hope to. We'll be back later this week with a live stream, yet to be determined. But there's some juicy things I'm sure we'll be able to jump on and play. Members, you're all awesome. Our guild heroes, thank you very much for the support as well. Remember, 99p brings you better quality content, and if we hit that threshold, you'll get the best quality content because me and Richie will quit our jobs. That's been it for this Tuesday night. Very different night. Still had a cheeky beer because why not? Have a great evening, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. My name has been Chris.
And I've been Richie.
We've been GamerGuildTV, watching along to Gamescom Opening Night Live. Play wherever makes you happiest, folks. See you on the podcast. Goodbye.
Bye.